Yes.
Okay, welcome everyone for this particular special workshop on case studies. ISTD Chandigarh chapter is organizing this case study workshop, and this is a series of workshops. This is the first one. We are trying to share the knowledge with all the participants related to how to prepare a case study and how to go about in a case study in due course of time in your journey, in your teaching, in your training or different sphere of life. For this, we have a special professor or expert. Dr. Rudra will be sharing his knowledge. To start this event, we have invited the ISTD director, Dr. A.C. Joshi is with us. Over to Dr. Joshi. He will share his wisdom with you people, and then we will start the procedure. Over to you, Dr. Joshi.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Gunmala. It is my pleasure to join you in this program. In fact, I am traveling, so really not able to share my video. In fact, I am very happy to see Dr. Rudra Rameshwar. And we were together in IIT Roorkee.
Yes.
And he is my senior.
Thank you, sir.
And in fact, let me share with you that case studies methodology, even though it is quite popular, but whenever we read our management books, majority of the case studies are from Western countries. I rarely find case studies from third world countries, from South Asia, from Africa, Latin America. Because in India, it is very important because those theories don't really work here in India. The theories, Western theories, they don't work. And somehow the Indian corporates are not very forthcoming to share their work culture, their practices. And in fact, it is a very, very big challenge to write case studies because if you go and ask the management, sir, mujhe case study banani hai, karna hai, so that request will be in the corridors of red tapeism. Because who will give the permission? Because they always fear, the corporates always fear that the Pandora's box will open, maybe certain things which practices may not they want to share with others. Because this is a very big issue that our practices very often are not very, very ethical and transparent. And that is the reason that our Indian authors, and they very rarely get the opportunity and the permission from the corporates to write this case studies. हमको अगर सीखना है तो भारत के ही उदाहरणों से सीखना ज़्यादा अच्छा रहता है क्योंकि because we can easily correlate with those examples. Because something is happening in Sheffield or Boston, it is not really going to have a substantial impact upon the thinking and acting. In fact, what we feel is that it is the work culture of the organization, which is a prominent thing, and we really want. I have worked in 5 organizations so far, and I've always seen the driving force behind the action orientation of the organizations is the work culture and work ethics. And it varies even under the same ministry. The work ethics is different in different organizations. For example, let me share with you that I joined and started my career with the National Thermal Power Corporation, NTPC. Then I joined Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam, the biggest hydropower plant in the country on Satluj River. I was there for 10 years, then switched over to another hydro sector, Teri Hydropower Corporation in Uttarakhand, one of the highest dams in the world. Even the achievement of construction of that dam was a Herculean task. And when Mr. Sridharan came and saw that project, he said, this is amazing. Even though we are constructing Delhi Metro, but the kind of civil work you are doing, I have never imagined or estimated that such a big dam is being constructed in India. Where is your publicity? Why are you not publicizing it? No one knows about it. So, you know, the management never had that kind of confidence in them to showcase their work, because they always felt that abhi bhi kuch gadbad hai, because 125 villages and one district headquarters were rehabilitated. Nowhere in the country such magnitude, I mean, the work of such magnitude has been done. You are shifting the entire city, a new city has been created, a new Tehri town, the new district headquarters of Tehri is Rameshwar ji, आपने visit किया कभी Tehri?
Yes, yes, I visited.
Yes,
एक बार
yes,
तो
मेरा
Yes, along with
graduation
my
was at
students.
Garhwal University का. I belong to that place, Garhwal
I have
University.
taken, Thapar students for
Okay.
some interested visit, yeah. And it was happened because of your support. I'm sure you were.
Yeah, thank you so much. Even I remember that I have taken some of the students from IIT Roorkee to visit.
Yes.
So, you know, these are the things. So, once you go and visit these sites, then you only understand what is the magnitude, what is the gravity, and how the work was done. For every one of us, those who are attending the workshop, I'm very sure that Rameshwar ji will be definitely giving you a lot of tips for conducting this workshop. And my best wishes, Dr. Rudra, my best wishes.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And I hope we will work together in this area in the times to come somewhere.
Sure, definitely.
And in fact, my best wishes, I do not want to take much of your time. My best wishes to the participants. And good luck, Gunmala ji. Thanks for inviting me. All the best. Thanks.
Dr. Saab, before concluding, just tell us 2 minutes or 1 minute about ISTD, and that is also part of it, because ISTD is the host, and you have to.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Awareness about
sure.
all the members.
Yeah, sure.
They are
In
not
fact, somehow my attention was more on the case studies method.
Right, that is why I pointed out.
Participants, let me share that Indian Society for Training and Development was established in 1970 as a premier institution, which has taken up the training and learning and development in the country. We have 51 chapters across the country today. We have around 10,000 members. Majority of our members are professional trainers. We have come out with the trainers directory also recently. Gunmala ji, have you got the trainers directory?
Yes.
You got the trainers directory, right. In fact, we have got exclusive journal, IJTD, Indian Journal of Training and Development, which almost is 48 years old and one of its own kind. So those of you who are interested, you can share your mail IDs with us, Gunmala ji. You can share mail IDs of those. I will be sharing our brochure. Our premier course is Postgraduate Diploma in Training and Development. Again, we are running the 86th batch. It means the diploma program is 43 years old. And it is very, very unique course, because in the area, those of you who wish to become professional trainers, this is a must. It is an 18-month course wherein there are 12 courses, 4 per semester, and the project report is to be written. Even though the duration of the program is 18 months, but it can be, since it is for working people, it's an online program. We give 4 years period to complete this program, and the admission is still open. You can, Gunmala ji, share. Anyone who is interested can give us a call. We would see that you join this course. We can share the details also. And when we are conducting corporate trainings for all the major corporates in the country, be it Reliance, NTPC, ONGC, Indian Oil, Power Grid, all those countries, almost 400 companies in the country, they are our institutional members. And in continuously, we have signed so many MOUs with them for the promotion of learning and development in the country. So we are happy to receive all of you in this program, and we hope that the learning is as per your expectations. And whatever expectations you have from the program is met during this program. My best wishes, Dr. Rudra Rameshwar ji and Gunmala ji. Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
I would like to add one more thing. We are conducting international conference, FTDO, in the month of May. So that is also part and parcel of ISTD. If you are a member, then there is a lot many things you can add upon. I'll be sharing the link on the chat box. You people can go and visit both the things.
You can share, Gunmala ji, some of the videos also, recently made
Sure.
videos, the brochure.
I'll do that. I'll
Yeah,
share in the
brochure
video
also.
and the
Yeah.
chat window so they
Yeah.
can.
In fact, I can talk a lot, but the time is limited and do not want to eat into the time, precious time of the participants.
Thank you
So
so
I
much.
just wind it up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
so
Thank
much.
you, Joshi ji. Thank you.
Thank you so much. ठीक है. Okay, Dr. Rudra, over to you. You can take up the things.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
And I'll be there as
Yeah,
and when you
please.
require.
Sure, sure.
I'll chip in and I'll compliment for some of the things which are required.
So good evening, everyone. I welcome you all formally in this event conducted by ISTD Chandigarh chapter. And ISTD is one of the vibrant organization in training and development, as Dr. Joshi and Dr. Gudmana Suri has commented, right? It would be great if you can, take your queries in the chat window during the session. So I'm just giving you some brief ideas. I'm the host and the resource person for today's event as far as this deliberation on the case studies is concerned. If you have any query, though many of you know me personally as well, but it's good that I'm there to to share my knowledge with you. It is nothing like that. We all are here to share some knowledge with each other. If you have any specific query, please drop it in the window. So I planned some of the things will take up, some queries at the end of the session, because once you go through what I have prepared for you, right? And I request all of you to, ready with your notebook or notepad, where you can note down some of the keywords which may be, copying in later point of time. You can go through, you can just leave. So I want the serious participation from all of you. Please pay attention. These next 2 hours, you can say, or 1.5 hours, you can say, that should be changing your life. You may be a teacher, you may be a scholar, you may be a facilitator, trainer, professor, whatever you are, author, writer, so I have planned my discussion journey with according to that. So it would be great if you can take all these queries and hold your queries and write in the chat window. I'm happy to answer it. So I'm sure, and you can press the raise your hands also whenever you have the query. During the time, I can take up something into that, right? So I'm sharing the screen. Please have a look. Just give me a couple of seconds. So guys, do you have any idea about the case study? Anyone who want to start with, like, why we are here? Because it's a part of pedagogy. So it would be great if someone can take the lead in this discussion. Then I'll take it journey from that. Anyone in there, maybe 1 or 2 participants can. Yes, Deep Kaur. Yes, please go ahead. Yes, Ashdeep.
Yes, sir. Hello. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Please
Good
share.
evening, sir. Good evening. Am I audible clearly?
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Okay. Actually, myself is Simran Josing, and it is daughter's. It is my daughter's name.
No problem.
So,
no problem. No
sorry
problem.
for it. And sir, case study is actually about fitting the practical problems from the new perspective, looking at the practical problem in the contemporary settings.
Right. So you are an educator or what? Like, what do you do?
Yes, sir. I'm presently working as assistant professor at Bajaj College, Ludhiana.
Very good, very good. So you generally or mostly use some case studies in your class while delivering your lecture, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. That's great. And any other participants?
Good evening, sir. This
Yeah,
is
good
Dr.
evening, Mukesh.
Mukesh.
Yeah,
Case study is it may be the hypothetical or the real situation. Based on the particular situation, then you have to solve that problem. So it may be the real, it may be the hypothetical, but based on the some specific situations. And case study never be right, never be wrong, but it is the how the individual are thinking that specific problem in a different way.
yeah, Mukesh ji, partially I agree with you. Case study is never a, hypothetical. Okay, let me correct with you, maybe other participants, because case studies are always written based on the past event, right? So you can note down also. So there is nothing hypothetical. Okay, because
Sir,
we are researchers, so most of the events, case studies are written on the past event which has been done. You can take the example of like recent war between Russia and Ukraine, right? So maybe researchers like you and me, we can write something now and we can publish like, okay, what was the reason and all. So I hope Mukesh ji, you can admit this fact that case studies have never been
Right.
hypothetical. Yeah.
so
I
my
hope, yeah. Yes, please, ma'am. Yeah,
so myself Dr. Archana Bhatia, I'm from
Yeah.
Faridabad DAV College. I'm
Yeah.
associate professor.
yeah, ma'am.
और मैंने सर आपका नाम बहुत सुना है और
Thank you, ma'am.
nice meeting you.
Nice
Sir,
meeting
my expectation from this workshop is that I'm going to gain some insight about how to write a good quality research paper based on case study.
Research paper based on case study, not
Yeah.
case study, not case study.
Not case study,
Sir.
sir, because nowadays I'm writing a paper that is research paper, qualitative research paper based on case study.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So-
I'm a person of statistics, but writing a quantitative research paper, I think
Yeah.
daily basis, some new techniques are
Yeah, new
developed like
techniques,
that.
yes.
Yeah. So I think you will
Yeah,
definitely throw some
I'm
light
covering,
how to-
case study, ma'am. Once you are written case study, then in the format, I will give you right now the answer because I will take up these questions later on
Okay.
once I will done. Okay, ma'am. So
Okay,
once you
definitely.
know the case study, what is case study, you being a teacher, you being a professor. So I am covering general because it's a series. You can see I'm starting a journey like community engagement series for academic and research. So
Okay.
this is the first point. So this is one thing I would like to add to all the participants that
Okay.
it is not a never ending. I am
Sir,
taking
please
the
throw some light about the body of the research paper based on case
yeah,
study.
ma'am. Yeah,
And
yeah.
what are the
I
good
will cover.
journals which we can target?
Yeah. That I will
Please,
cover up.
sir.
Yeah, at the
And
last.
one
At the
thing more,
last.
sir, please provide some good study material also later on.
Yeah. Later on, I will. So please hold on because I understand because every participant they have their own
Yeah.
persona and understanding.
Yeah.
But please allow me to start.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
all these things will take up during the last session.
Okay, sir.
I've kept
Okay, sir.
20 minutes, whatever these 20 minutes are there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ji. Thank you. So thank you everyone for answering this. So let's start our journey with respect to the case study. So it's a very interesting field. Various case study methods are there, as Madam Archana was mentioning, that qualitative, quantitative. So it's a fight, it's a fight between, between the qualitative people and quantitative, some people, So you can, if you ask me, I generally write both areas like qualitative, quantitative. I request to mute your mic. Okay, because there was some disturbance. So guys, I'm Rud. I'm your facilitator trainer for this evening in this national workshop. And I request all of you to please make a note down. I will, discuss more. Though I made a very simple presentation, so don't go with the color, but go with the content, right? So let's start. What is case study? I will show you some beautiful pictures also. So what is this workshop? No one asks generally, what is this workshop is all about? So it's a case study session, consists of several detailed description of events that we are used for discussion and learning. So case studies have been used by starting from different universities, national universities, private colleges, engineering colleges, management colleges, even up to reaches to MIT, Harvard, and all. So case studies, these are the events that we used for discussion and learning. So please note down, this is one area where discussion and learnings are required. And discussion and learning, like in these 2 hours, we are discussing, we are touching some areas. So this is a workshop, where we are sensitizing ourselves, though it is a first, point to start with, but it is really interesting once you dive into the deep ocean of discussion and learning. So it is more discussion and learning. Okay, don't expect that. Okay, without discussion learning, the survival is very easy, isn't it? So the case study can be used as a part of training workshop, where we facilitate a learning point. Like today's learning point is case study. Some want to write the case study, some want to use the case study in their class, somebody want to highlight the case study points, right? Maybe a written case study, video case study. So I've planned all these things in this journey, and I'm sure you all will sensitize and you feel confident about case studies, right? So learning point as a part of an assessment program to gauge candidates' response and analysis of the situation. Like as I give you the example of this war which is happening, even I have also visited Kiev and Ukraine some time back, in 2010 for some conference. So it is a very beautiful city and country, but now you see it's a sad part there. So it is, one of the worst situation. Somebody want to capture. So I'm just taking the real example, though it was never expected from any country to, go, because peace is the one, dialogue is the, areas where, the countries can, settle. I also teach international management, global marketing, some these kind of subjects also to our students, PhD program and all. So there I talk about, but this is the class of case study. So I've just taken some example from the real, analysis of situation. Would you have the courage to analyze the situation, whether you analyze the situation in some way, or you can write something, right? So in this also, this is the case study workshop. So where we will sensitize, we will talk about, I will invite your suggestion also once I will done with this. So that is the idea behind. So it is one of the, very interesting area where you can facilitate learning point. Please remember this LP, learning point. Do not go, away from the learning point. You should come with the learning point. So that is one. Here you can see, this is a beautiful picture in front of you. These are the majorly four key elements of a case study: resources, additional material, layout, design. Combined together, you come to the finished document. As Dr. Rachana was talking about, she want to publish a good research case study as a research paper, because these days research papers also categorize different, review papers, analytical paper. There are different, dimensions general publishing companies have looked into, and they have already, mentioned in this. So resources, you can see, resources is very important part. Like what kind of resources you have, very specific information from the customer. Suppose you are a company or you are a management professor, you're teaching, so you should be well versed with the resources. Publishing permission from the customer, because you can't publish directly the data taken from the customer. Even you can't publish the case studies directly about some company, about until unless you have taken the permission. Approved case studies content is also one of the resource, so that is there. Additional material could be, images, screenshot, captions, personal quotes. Also you can take these captions, screenshot. Also these days many people publish their idea on Facebook, right? I think we all are publishing Facebook. I have also uh, you know done digital marketing about this workshop, so that's why I reached to you people. You were the great people. You can, so those who are investing time for today's discussion despite of the Sunday, right? So that is one. So caption, personal quote, screenshot, images, these are the, so additional material along with the resources, because resources sometimes they are not complete in itself. That's why we are looking for additional material, some edge material. You can note down edge material, because it is always good to provide some edge to the resources. So that is very important. Thirdly, layout design. Layout design means in which form the case studies is required, maybe in the form of web, maybe in the form of blog, maybe in the form of other, maybe like Facebook can be a web version, right? Facebook, Instagram, all these things are a printed version, could be in the form of journals, in the form of books. Even you will find, you go to the Amazon or Google Books, you will find various, printed versions are available. You can go and purchase those those case studies written by some authors, maybe people like you and me, even many PhD scholars do publish. If you go to Europe, you will find people are more inclined. So let me add one thing here. In Indian community, because we are Indians, we have a very great culture and heritage. We people believe in publishing research papers more rather than case studies. So if you see last 20-30 years, if you see the trend and pattern in India, now last 5-6 years or 8 years, you can see the little bit, some people are publishing, some researchers are publishing case studies, right? But if you go to the Europe, you will find that 60 to 70% people, they are more publishing in qualitative, because they may be good in statistics, they may be good in quantitative techniques, but they prefer to write because their language is English, and how they talk and they write like this. I've conducted various programs also. Recently for Central University Bilaspur, I've conducted program how to write research papers quality. So it was a very rigorous program. The same program again repeating by some other institute, which I will announce at the end of the session. So everything is there. Everything is all about content. If you ask me, sir, can you abbreviate all these things? So everything is about the content, design, understanding, in-depth knowledge. So that is this. Okay. So layout design, web version, printed version. So once you combine all these things in the case study, then the finished document is there. The challenge, you are talking about the challenge, you are talking about the solution, you are talking about the critical factors about certain events, situation, and their processes also. Or maybe you can combine all these areas as far as the finished document is concerned. So it is really important for you to understand and pay attention judiciously on these areas. Don't see that, okay, whatever the things are required, you just put it into the basket of case study, and you are publishing, you are saying. So key elements are very much important in general to understand. So how do you facilitate a case study workshop? So that is the most question, because being a trainer, many people, they ask you, so how do you facilitate a case study workshop? So you have to become familiar with the relevant diversity research. You should have thought about the research, what kind of familiarization is required. It should be relevant with the diversity. Diversity is very much important, right? Because you all are researchers, you may be a teacher, you may be a student, maybe a scholar. Diversity is important. Diversity means covering different areas, different dimensions, different points. Many people, they fail to design diversity. We are here for diversity, isn't it? We may be good in research publication, but how many people about the international global perspective, right? So diversity is required. You should become familiar about it. So that is the first and foremost. Create a case study discussion prompts and brainstorm possible follow-up questions also, because I have seen across different training programs. So far, I have conducted 500 plus events across India and abroad, and trained 25,000 plus people, both online and offline. So it is not the first and new course. So over a period of time, I've talked to the people, even editors, even scholars, professors. So they always talk about their own subject and some little bit about okay, somebody is doing this topic and all, but they are not brainstorming. Brainstorming is listening between you and me, or between us, right? So that is very much important. So we have to use, so what is the crux of this? We should allow brainstorming. It allows our minds also prompt, so that we can take some question and then we can deliberate, right? So that is one important. Third is anticipate possible responses to case study discussion. So that is very much important, because it also prompts on potential questions that might arise, isn't it? So that is potential questions. Questions is not, but potential may be important, maybe high loaded questions that is required. I'm sure you all have you have already ordered McDonald's pizza, Domino's pizza, right? So would you like to have the basic pizza, which is not loaded with the top loadings, like some cheese or something? Would you like to know? Because people are always looking for the potential. Cheese means it should be very oven is good and it is properly baked and toppings are great, right? So it is that type of situations. I'm just giving you and connecting the example so that you can see. Nobody likes the basic thing. Everybody wants to potential questions. Should be addressed in your research and the case study. So that is important. Identify possible take-home messages for each case study. Possible take-home. What is the message you are bringing? Whenever we teach, a student in the class, irrespective of the subject, our main goal is that it should be well conveyed, isn't it? As a teacher, as a faculty, as a professor. So what is the takeaway? What is the message they are taking for? Whether they are doing well, whether my students are working during lockdown in at home. So we need to vibrate them, right? So that is very important. Identify possible take home messages, means the takeaways. That is the idea. So if all these 3-4 points are properly aligned, properly conducted, we thought of it, then I think probably we can say that the case study workshop is there. So that is the facilitation, and facilitation is not a fixed one. It should be in that's why now the trainer identity is changed as a facilitator. Facilitate means I will give you. It could be best by others. This session could be best by others. This session could be worst by others also, right? So it depends upon, but participation is very much needed. From where the diversity comes, relevant. If you ask me my background, right? No one asked me, but I will give you through this example. Diversity. When I was entering, when I was a student, I was always having a zeal also. Dr. Abdul Kalam was my guru actually, in true sense, because during my childhood, when I was a student, I got various national awards, right? So I was looking for science, engineering, technology, management, social sciences. So across this discipline, I have understood one thing: there is a closed, connection with this. I always look at, some problem is somewhere. So I look at the problem from 6-7 dimensions always, and that is the USP. So it is not like that you are working with one, so based on your interest. And these days, that's why the world is waiting for interdisciplinary research, isn't it? You may be good, means you are building some story like this. So I will convey all these things. So relevant diversity research is very much important in this area. Let me discuss some challenges on the case studies. These are the most challenges. You may be knowing. If it is knowing, it is there. I appreciate this. So what are the challenges of case study? That is very much important to understand challenges, the problems which are coming across our cases. Some people have thought of it. I'm just adding some examples too. Some people thought of it. Case studies are just similar to research papers, or research papers are just similar to case study, or case study is just a report. Many people say that, okay, it is a report, but case study is not exactly a report, not exactly a research paper. Okay, so these are some challenges which are in front of you. Limitations of the case studies are as follows. Lacking scientific rigor and providing little basis for generalization of results to wider population. If you are, as a scholar, the special message to Dr. Archana or maybe some other, all the participants, if you are little bit describing something, that is not sufficient, isn't it? So lacking scientific rigor is required. So we can say that scientific rigor is required, but there is a lack in the scientific rigor. That is one of the challenge of the case study, because we are providing little bit information, which may be generalized result to the wider population. So it is one of the limitation. So you and me together, we can take up these things. We can be more rigorously write the case study. So that is very much important. I published one case study with the International Energy Journal when I was at IIT in 2010, and it was a very basic case study. So it got 2 reviews also, but again it got published, and it is one of the Scopus Index Journal at that point, because there was no concept of ABDC. There might be, but I was not aware, isn't it? So when I was in IIT, when Dr. Joshi was also with us, so at that point in time, nobody was talking about ABDC journals. So getting a Scopus Index Journal was a very lead task in that, isn't it? So that is the idea. Researchers' own subjective feeling may influence the case study. Researchers' own subjective feeling may influence the case study, because you like something as a researcher, so you are putting more pressure in writing towards that direction, which is not required, isn't it? So that's why in bracket in quoted researcher bias. So researcher biasness is there, means you are more emotional, so you have narrated the entire story towards the emotion. So I hope you have understood. So emotion has nothing to do with the context, isn't it? So we need to be purely describe all these things. That's why these are the challenges. If we are describing well, we have defined, just like news readers and correspondent, they narrate well about the. Then if they put the feelings into their reporting, what will happen? Nobody will watch these televisions and these news channels, right? So feeling, keeping aside the feeling, that is the answer. It may be, this question may be cropping in your mind. So what would we do? So keeping aside your feelings, subjective feelings, you just talk about the context. Then it will not be a challenge for the case. Difficult to replicate. It is very difficult to replicate because many people feel that replication is very easy, like copy and paste. These days, lot many, plagiarism is also there. One of the biggest challenge for all researchers, because our mind is acting, behaving like in a similar way. We can't change the words. We can't change my thinking. We can't change the writing skills. So in that way also difficult to replicate. So it is one of the limitation. If it is very easy to replicate, narration, please remember the narration. If you narrate the story well, case study, though you have gone through various case studies, various reporting, various, or you may be the expert of certain area, XYZ area, probably you can replicate well. But limitation is difficult to replicate. People are not having words, sentences, proper grammar is not there, or the meaning is very less. Ultimate the story is the meaning is very less. You conveyed less, isn't it? Little basis, like it has the connection with the little basis. So that's why it is the difficult to replicate. The fourth point is time consuming and expensive. So because if you write well, it required a lot of time, isn't it? It is not like that. Even case studies required a lot of time rather than research papers. Because I've tried my myself. I think you also have tried. So it is a time consuming exercise, very expensive. You have to take the follow up with the people. You maybe in one meeting the things are not working well. You are again requesting them, the companies, to go, taking the permission. Sometimes they are declining your permission. So it is very hectic and time consuming exercise, especially in India. But if you go to abroad, international universities, that's why people collaborate. That's why people collaborate. That is the basis of collaboration, that you should have one international author. So you are writing some case study on Boston, suppose. How the Boston, like as a city, Boston city, suppose. I'm just taking the example. So you have picked this, some researchers from them. Then you are writing well, okay, you are giving your inputs, they are giving their inputs, but taking the permission from their own, district magistrate, because the permissions are required, because you are using the data, maybe some data, maybe in the picture form, maybe the tabular form, like that. So that's why it is a time consuming exercise and expensive also, because you need to make some kharcha, some money is required, maybe in your traveling, maybe on transportation, maybe your stay, everything you have to include into this. It is not like that only the fee and everything. You can see in these workshop, if this would have been in the in the some classroom, again you have to travel, I have to travel, many resources we have to deploy, then we will be in the classroom. But how it is easy? If it is online, we are sitting at our home, in our offices, and we are getting the thing. So that's why in that sense it is a not expensive event. So expensive is everything, direct or indirect cost, that So that's why it is a one of the limitation to use the case study, or to write the case study, or to publish the case study as well. These are the guys classroom. This is something great for you, all of you. Classroom, because I was thinking because I did this slide just recently when people were busy in the inauguration and all. So what are the challenges that are seen in your class? Because I was thinking, you may be a professor, maybe a teacher, maybe a researcher, you have to take the class, and your employer, your administration, your dean, directors, they ask you to use the these case studies in the class. But there are challenges, isn't it? So let's talk about the challenges. There are few challenges of teaching. how to overcome them, then we will find a way. Understanding the different learning challenges amongst the students, because our students are not prepared well. Until unless you are not giving the case study as a prior case study, advanced case study, right? So they will not come prepared well, and you are just tightening their screw, talking about that why you have not studied, because case study required in-depth knowledge, understanding from different learning challenges amongst the student. Student family problems and bullying, that is also there. Lack of funding is also there. Lack of effective communication. Maybe you are an effective communicator, but students are not, isn't it? So if students are a it is a vice versa situation. Students are very good in communication, but we are not aligned with our student in communication. So lack of effective communication takes place. Other point is being encouraging and motivating under challenging times. So that is very important. So you may be a encouragement facilitator or a teacher, but some challenging times are there. Class is not there. Class is not existent. What you will do? You are invited your student in the classroom, but the light light gone. What will happen? So these are the other challenging times. So it's very difficult to use the case study, because you have thought, okay, today I will discuss the case, but something happened, your board is not working, maybe other challenging. So being encouraging and motivating under challenging times. So challenging time could be these areas which I was just mentioning, or maybe electricity, maybe your sitting settings, maybe your audio video problems, like that. Maybe some disturbing element in the class. Disturbing element could be from the students, right? So that is a disciplining students. Yeah, that is the point I was mentioning. So disciplining the students is very much, because it is very difficult to control the shrewd student. I think in your class and in our class also, I've noticed there are 4 or 5 3 students are generally indisciplined in there, because they are good in studies, but they are not maintaining the decorum of the class. So that is very much important to understand. So this is also one of the challenge of teaching classroom, to teach the case study, to go to the discussing about some topic like this. These problems are not related to the case study. It could be related to the case study, but it is in general. So these are the challenges of the classroom we need to understand. Endless paperwork is there, and extend the working hours. So that is, so I just thought that, okay, let's sensitize. So you can also work. I think it is a very serious problem if my classroom settings are not good. So because at times we have seen that our administration is not cooperating with the classroom, the setup and all. So in under those circumstances, I generally suggest the one solution to those teachers, because if your classroom settings are not good, the solutions are this. How to overcome them? You can take your students to the library. Library may be a good setting, maybe a good facility. You can request the librarian, and you can conduct 1 hour session with them. Maybe case study, maybe some other type. So we have the problems, we have the solutions too, but we have to walk in through these problems from one location. Maybe you may be a school teacher. Same thing also arises. Your classroom settings are not good. So it is very difficult. You could take them out. You discuss well. It is not like that all the classroom studies should be done in the classroom. I never even about this. I can full day argue on this. It is not, nobody said that because the main mandate of our teacher as a professor, as a school teacher, is that we should teach well, we should convey our message to the student, we should engage these students well in creative things. I think that is the openness we should respect to as a teacher to all. Making learning relevant with the case study. So you can see one picture, maybe this picture is not clear to you, but you can see and you can judge that the students are interacting, isn't it? I generally like, this setup. Students are interacting, they're chit-chatting. Allow them, freely allow them. I have taken many sessions for various universities, how the teacher will guide their student. It is not like that you are very strict teacher, you are allowing the students to be done in that way, this way, that way. Those teachers are in the students dictionary are the cruel teachers. I'm sorry to say, but because I asked the students also, what did you call these teachers? Right? So they said, sir, I never, I don't want to sit in the particular teacher class, because if the teacher is too strict, isn't it? So allow some air, allow some peace, allow some, interaction so open-ended problem, isn't it? So making learning relevant with the case study. You can give the case study to your student a Valentine, maybe 2-3 days before, maybe a week ago, and then you allow them, you encourage them, okay, beta, please go through. If you have any problem, I'm there. So allow, because after today's this session, I can guarantee your student will love you. If you are a teacher, you adopt these strategies, case study workshop. So this is actually these things are required. You change the model. Now the time has come. We are going from the teacher-centric approach to the student-centric approach. In our universities, all professors are trained. Because I've also done some courses in University of Trinity College Dublin, University of Dublin, you can say, in way back, like 7 to 8 years back. And I was very much interested to learn from them, their professors. Various techniques I don't want to use here, but various techniques are there. But I have taken the pictures from that. So the open-ended problem presented in a case studies gives students work that feel connected to their lives. You give some example, isn't it? In lockdown, what happened? You may laugh also at your places, because when we were before the lockdown, before this corona pandemic thing, we always allow our student not to use the mobile, isn't it? But because of pandemic came, we now saying that students to use the mobile. You see the irony of the situation, isn't it? So, but if they use wisely, it is okay. So make them allow to use case study. Case studies are very powerful. Suppose you are, I will give you example from my class. I'll show you the case studies also. Suppose because my next topic maybe on Tuesday, I will discuss about the learning. There is a one quote. This semester, I'm teaching one course, humanities for engineers. And our university, because there are 6 professors, they are teaching the entire BTech. I am one of them. So my next topic is learning. So there I will talk about the learning, how it is important. Perception is one topic, right? So I generally give the case studies in my practical class and ask them to prepare well. Share your thoughts. Okay, what is your thought? Let's me discuss. I really enjoy those classes, and probably you are also enjoying. It's okay. It's great. But it is the message to those people, those who are never using the class. They have the fear in the classroom, how to use the case study. So let's attend it. I'm sure you are with me. If any problem, you can drop your message in the chat window. We will try to rectify it, right? So what is a case study? So let's talk about. Case study is in and around this situation. Data, research, method, criteria, conclusion, evidence, subject knowledge, everything. It is just a similar format of the research paper. I think we all have published. I believe that we all group members in this call, in this workshop, have published these case studies, right? So these are so we need research. We need to aware about the method. We need to aware about the criteria, what criteria to choose, how to choose, when to choose, and number of. I can debate full day about the criteria, because across the discipline I'm researching, I'm providing training, so I can add more. Even I may deviate from one direction to the other direction, right? But I will not do, because I have to justice with the content, right? Criteria, conclusion, evidence, subject knowledge, all are distinguished. That is the answer. All are distinguished. You can't intermingle. I have seen papers, people have written the criteria in the subject because they are not trained well. They have the stigma, fear. No, because it is in their perception. People are living in more in their perception. But if on the platform, if you see, very less people, they distinguish about these things. These are the applications of the case study methodology, guys. You can just have a go through. Let me see. Yeah. You can note down also. So sources of evidence, documentation, what are the strengths, stable repeated review, obtrusive, exist prior to case study, exact names, etc. These are the strengths. Broad coverage extended. As I gave you the example of Boston, you may be a good researcher. You are interested to write in case study about the Boston culture. Culture is big, big area, which includes all organization, everything. Culture is a very big word, right? So that is the strength. If you write exact name Boston, then probably it has some meaning, right? Weaknesses, what is these weaknesses? Retrievability, which is difficult, bias selectivity, reporting bias, reflects author's bias, like emotion and everything. I think we have already commented on it. Access may be blocked. Maybe some part you are highlighting, maybe some part is not highlighting. That is the access, means you are not giving the full access of the particular event. That is it. Archival records, same as above, precise and quantitative. Same as above, in the weakness, privacy might inhibit access. Interviews, focused interviews, target focus on case study topic. That may be a strength, because focus should not be delineated. I always, what is the purpose of this? Talk about the case study, use this, what to use, how to write, which point I should remember for the case study, how I will start the case study. This may be the, and that's why we are here, this may be the questions, this may be the answer. And we are here to exchange our ideas. I will also learn many things from you after the, training. I always a scholar, I always learn, I will update this PPT after getting, some good response. I always change that, because that is in my culture, my habit as a educator, right? So you can see the weakness, bias due to poor questions. If you ask the poor question from the interviewee, what will happen? They may give the bad responses. Maybe that those responses not connecting with your research, with your case study methodology. That is, so these are the applications. We should know what is the strength, what is weakness. Incomplete recollection, response bias, reflexibility. Interviewee expresses what interview wants to hear. That is the weakness. I'm sure you can easily differentiate. And what is the last dialogue? Direct observation. What is their strength? Reality, covers events in real time. You're talking about sensibly. Suppose there was an event happened in 1982, but by chance, unknowingly, knowingly, you have written 1962. There is a possibility. So those things will not be considered as a real event. If it has been done 82, means 82. You can take 83 or 81 nearby. That can also be very much important. Yes, Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Actually, sir, yeah, I was just going through this slide and it's beautifully mentioning how we can apply that.
right.
So I am involved in a lot of qualitative research methods in which I usually go for semi-structured interviews.
Right.
So what they now in a research paper, it's very what do you say, feasible, because we can just highlight the sector and not the company, and even we write their responses in double quotes as respondent 1 and respondent 2.
Yeah.
But when it comes to case study, and when we mentioned that, can we do that as a kind of a case, we offer that to them,
Right.
we can feel that hitch that, they want their name and all the details should be confidential. So how to, manage this barrier in case study?
I think I have already mentioned. So thanks, Priyanka, to bringing my attention on this. You have to take the permission. I already, given the idea. Once you have taken the permission, like you signed some MOU with them, okay, I'm using your name, because they may be objected later on. If without taking the permission, you can publish, because real feelings always want, right? Boston should be Boston. Boston should not be Agra or Patiala or Bilaspur or Noida, Delhi, isn't it? I can narrate the same story with XYZ variable, like responded 1 and 2, 3. But what is the fear? Because people are not conducting, and it is time consuming exercise. I think we have already. But if you want to be real, because one case study should be real, actually, it has impact. Like you can take the example of, like Dr. Joshi was mentioning, NTPC. Don't you think NTPC has published various case studies? They are engineers, they are vice president, people like in a team, they're published. I have seen, even because I was there in Power Management Institute, under the umbrella of NTPC. I've seen this. Even I was visiting the library when I was went there for my data collection when I was doing my PhD, because I'm a person who came from the energy or electrical. I'm basically a professional electrical engineer. So my job was, dealing with the wires and all. but still also I can teach, power methods, power systems and all. It is because it's your expertise, isn't it? But real is real. Real cannot be a, so as far as your question is concerned, the simplest method is you make a dialogue, you can write an email to them and you say that we will maintain your confidentiality, you allow us to use your name, and you convince them how this name will be give win-win situation to both the parties. One party is one company, another party is you. Suppose their case study will come, they will also get the advantage. But it is only possible once you are making a dialogue with each other. And these things, many people, they hide and seek. They believe that, okay, nobody is there, if somebody is objected, you will be in the court, right? So it is as simple. So problems are there, solutions are there, but solutions are very difficult, time consuming, expensive. So I hope I have answered the questions, Priyanka.
Yes, sir.
So you need not to put responded 1, 2 or XYZ, but if you don't want, that's why people use and narrate their story indirectly.
Okay.
So that's why it is important.
Okay,
And in
sir.
weakness also it is written here, you can see time consuming, selectivity,
Yes.
might miss facts. You are unnecessary, you are adding the suppose miss fact of Amazon company into the Boston culture. Many people they do. I have many times, 100 of research papers I generally, review in a year, maybe report, maybe PhD thesis like this. So I can easily catch this thing. It's a might miss fact, but it is knowingly happening. It is unknowingly also happening. Some scholars are very smart. Some professors are very smart. Even I am one of the editor of the Scopus Index Journal from IGI Global. There was one professor I'm not naming because of the confidentiality. She's a good professor. She has submitted her paper in my journal. I've gone through the entire paper. I found that 88% plagiarism. It was the entire paper was plagiarized, red color. And I checked through the Turnitin software by myself. And straight away, I have rejected that paper. That may be a good story. Right. So it is happening by chance. I think by chance is not possible, but by intention. So it is anyway. So we will discuss and let's continue. Thank you. What is a case study? Google term says a simple Google search a case study with quick show that case study means different things to different industry. Generally, case studies are popular in medical science. You can note down also. Generally, the case studies are famous in management sector. But slowly, over the trend is changing. Now, case study you will find in mathematics, in statistics. People are encouraged. School teachers during new education policy 2020. Government has directly mandated students should be involved through case study approach. And that's why case study discussions are much needed. We have to train each other. That is much important, right? Because we are author, we are writer, and here is a lot of scope also, guys. I will tell you some of my last slide. You will see that it is very beautiful and easy exercise. So while they are also used in the scientific world, that very much important. Let me check the time. Okay. So process and reason why they are using completely different in the business world, isn't it? So, and you can go to Harvard or you can go to London business school or economics. You can get, even I went in 2010, Prague, Czech Republic. There I visited one of the great University of Economics, Prague. And during this, so it was a very good interaction. I found that there, maximum people are working on economics theory, the business problem and all. Even their professors, they allow their students and all. So I've seen the culture, and that's why I'm encouraging all of you that we have to now never think we should start working. We are poor actually. We people are poor in implementation. We people are not poor in thinking or writing, approaching, but we people are poor in implementation. We should directly use case study approach in the classes as a teaching, as a researcher also, both way. So that is the case study. We will see what are the other things we need to understand. So case study definition is a written account of a real customer experience with the business. So being a management professor, real experience with your businesses, that is case study. Because so that people can feel it. If Colgate, I'm taking the example of Colgate, somebody has written the case study on Colgate, right? we all know that what is Colgate, or maybe similar products to add on to the Colgate. But maybe a good company, maybe they have invested a lot of time in the society. Maybe that product is good. So customer experience, we should write the customer experience in the form of case study, and we can motivate other people to buy the case means Colgate or maybe some other similar products. So entirely it's a real customer experience with the user. They describe the customer success thanks to your products or service. Because whenever we talk about the product, we should also talk about the service as well. They typically include the problems the customer was facing before they used your product or service. How you helped overcome that problem. That is the case study definition from the business management point of view. So it is a written account, means written document draft of a real customer experience. It could be written by the company also. Company can also narrate their story. I had a very good customer base. Lakhs of customers have been added in the past, and we have taken the customer. We have given some incentives to our customers from this category to that category. We are in this business segments, blah 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 blah, and all. So like this, you can narrate for this. That is very good. So if you are ready to learn about case study, chances are you have some involvement in B2B marketing. B2B marketing, business to business marketing, meaning your company sells a product or a service to your businesses in a real time, where expectations and demands of buyers' attentions are all-time high. Case studies are crucial part of an effective business marketing strategy. Even companies are using. You can see, I'm sure you surprised to know that companies are using their case study for B2B marketing to increase the sales of their product. We are educators. We all are educators, isn't it? If you have the company, it's okay. You can use this case study approach for B2B marketing, effective business to business marketing strategy. But what exactly it is, that we need to understand. So that is the idea behind. Even companies are using their different case study for their improvement of the sales, for the improvement of their employee growth, their training and development, like this training and development, exchanging the ideas to train the there is a one program, I think, which is quite famous, so to train the trainer program. These days, now trainers are training, sensitizing the trainers also through the case studies. So case study is not only for researchers, not only for the managers, but for the business also, guys. If you use these case studies to bringing up their stakeholders back, I think you are doing a wonderful job. So that is there. So I've taken the example from the business management point. You can apply your business. Your business is, my business is sharing the knowledge, discussing the knowledge, right? Your business is also teaching the student. My job is also teaching the student. So we are in the same profession, right? We can also use the case study. Then student will get some idea. Okay, this is good. Many people say that, I think your student also say that, sir, we only want the practical exercise. We only want the practical discussions in the class, not this bookish. But I always say that book also based on written on the experiences of the people, authors. But case studies are the real events where we can directly use and make use of these things. And these are very powerful also. So you can see case study in many places today, including medical journal dedicated to social and social sciences. So we are case studies. So what are case studies in that way, in that sense? So we need to understand what's the common thread uniting case studies across all industry. Common thread. What is the common thread which is uniting across? Because one case study is publishing by X company, the X company case study is discussing in the Y company, then Y company is making the connecting the dots in the other companies. Like, so it's a value chain. There is a one popular term, I think mostly people know, value chain analysis. So that is this connecting the dots, right? All case studies describe a particular research method that provide factual evidence. You please remember here, factual evidence. Fact is fact. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3. That is the fact. It is not like that 1 is 8, 2 is 9, and 3 is 10. No, it is not. So method that provides factual evidences from a specific example. The methods of business case studies are similar to scientific case studies, but instead of trying to cure diseases, B2B marketers are trying to make their offerings more. I will take the example here from the medical sector. Whenever these doctors are trained, I think most of you people are already aware. whenever these doctors are trained, I'm talking about the good institution, not the mediocre one, where they do not have the doctors, they do not have the library. I'm not talking about those things, right? I'm talking about the prestigious institutions where they practice more. So the senior doctors published some case studies about their operations, about their methodology. Now they are published. Now those case studies are required as a mandatory option to the junior doctors to go through. And in this way, the training gets started. The trainings get inducted into the new doctors. In this way, they are learning, okay, XYZ doctor, how the remote operation was going. I'm just taking the example. I'm not the expert of the medical science, but I've gone through some research paper. I gathered some information. So I'm just trying to feel you actually. That is the idea. I'm trying to get. So maybe how the report operations can be conducted, right? So that is, so it is very powerful thing. But we as an educator in our class, I mostly use, short cases, long cases also. Long cases for those people, those who are very good, means creamy layer student. Those thoughts are there. Like I generally give HBR case study. One HBR case study, the Harvard Business Review cost one case how much per student? 1,200 rupees. 1,200 rupees, one student cost will come whenever you use one case study according to the norms by Harvard Business Review, HBR case study. So I've calculated the cost also because we are procuring our library. And when I was the head to my library, so I've, negotiated the price with our, so I know this costing. So you can, but suppose a student is not coming to the class and the case study is there. So that 1,200 is gone. That is wasted, And how many faculty professors they are using in the classroom? That is also there. If very less professors are using, I think my institution will not procure, isn't it? Nobody wastes the money. Yes or no, guys? You can comment in the chat window. I will look into it. So we need to be very much cautious about these case studies, because if somebody is paying to it, because some people, they believe that it is useless. They have the persona with them. So they have wrong perception. But I have seen, I went there, very good institution like Max, Apollo, because in Mohali, Chandigarh, through some sense, I very good, friends of mine are doctors. Recently, I have met one of the very senior doctor in orthopedic. So he was discussing, I have just seen in their Almira, so many case studies were there about orthopedics, isn't it? You can, it is not always good to talk. It is always good to see. Whenever you visit the clinic of a doctor, you will see that what kind of books, literatures are there. I always see this. I always enhance my, okay, this is the, American Journal of Orthopedics. It is a good feeling. So we should do this way. We have to change the our psychology as far as this is concerned. So I've just recalled those examples so that you can feel it, that okay, what I'm because you were not there, but I was there. But through this session, I'm trying to give you the feeling. I'm sure it is passing well. These feelings are passing well. Right? So simply put, a case study is a way to prove your product or service works with factual evidence from your current customer, isn't it? So what my customer, every company does a survey, isn't it? So they want the customer, but all companies are not going with one customer. Like one customer gave the feedback. I taught some subjects like operations, service sector, service management, warehouse management, so there also we talk about more about customers, current customer relationship, vendor supplier relationship, like this. So case study is a way to prove your product or service works with factual evidence. Factual means factual. Please remember, that is the only takeaway of this slide. Okay. Types of case study. Let's talk about the types. Very much important, because it is not a case study. Case study is umbrella. Dimension. What are the dimensions? Design. Yes, Dr. Arpita. You have raised your hand. Let me allow to complete. Yes, some sound is coming. Please mute your mic. Tasfiya Patel. Okay, I have muted. Sorry, guys, for this interruption. So let's talk about the types of case study. Dimensions. What are the dimensions? What are the classifications? Design. Design, I think I've already commented when we were talking about the different design, that layout, if you remember, design with respect to web version and the print version. I hope you remember. So the classification is holistic or embedded, single case or multiple case, that is there. Motivation is also another dimension, intrinsic or instrumental, how the motivations can be looked into. Intrinsic, it can be intrinsic, it can be extrinsic, maybe instrumental too. Epistemological status, that is also there, whether it is exploratory, descriptive, explanatory. So as we have seen, I think you all have gone through the statistics research methodology. Maybe you are doing PhD, maybe you have done the PhD. I think we have already classified and discussed these points in research, descriptive research, exploratory research. Same calls also applied in the case study types as well. Epistemological status, please note down. If you go through, you can Google it, you can web. Otherwise, in next workshop, I will clarify and we will discuss more about this. Purpose, research, teaching, action, applications like that. So that is very much important. Sorry, let me go through, sorry. Yeah, so data, qualitative and quantitative both. So in case study, it is not like that you always talk about the qualitative. There is no marker is available that you can't use quantitative data in the case study. It also deals with the qualitative or quantitative. Sometimes both also, a little bit mixture is always, flavored, so there is no hard line, but yes, it could be qualitative, it could be quantitative. It is not like many people have the apprehension. No, sir, case study is always written on qualitative. I said that, who said? It also have the qualitative and quantitative both, and quantitative too also. Formats highly structured, short minutes, unstructured or groundbreaking, synthesis also there, right? So if you see the classification of the types, we have a lot of opportunity, isn't it? You may be good in purpose, you can focus on research, teaching, action, explanation. You may be good in data, you can go for qualitative, quantitative. You may be good in design, you can just go for single case or multiple case utility, classification. Then you can write as narrate the story. So, lot of dimensions where these are the choices available for us as people have evolved this area. I'm in the circle of Europe. Most of the previous prestigious institutions, I'm also working with them. So that's why I'm learning and providing some training also. You may be good. If you're doing, it's great, right? So there we talk about the design, motivation, everything in a more judicial way. This section talks about the dimension and process. What is the process? What are the dimension? How we need to go to? What are the key decisions? What are the dimension? What are the key references to? So you can see on your immediate right side of the screen, you will find these were the authors who has contributed. 2003 key references: Perry, Patton, very great work published in 1988 about the homogeneous sampling strategy. So choosing a set of business network, one of the best paper. Patton, Carlson is also 2001. Miles is also there. So this chart I will share with you. You can just have a look. Activities of case study purpose. What is the purpose? You can just select, take the key decision, select their dimension, associated dimensions, and some references as well as then the papers are available. If you need, I'm happy to share some papers with you. So you can see that. So case study dimension processes are very much. And if you see what is the beautiful thing here, all these things processes are distinguished from each other, isn't it? It is not similar. One talks about the formulating the research question, research purpose, study, drafting a theoretical framework of a case research issues, defining the case, that is unit of the analysis, choosing a set of business networks, selecting appropriate data sources, planning the access of the study, change and dynamic issues, analysis of finding and data reduction, quality of data, because quality of data is very much important. These days, many general editors, they are objecting about the quality of data. And that's why I'm dealing with one word. That's why the acceptance of the paper is based on the quality of data. And have you done the analysis genuinely? That is also the one objection raised by the most of the prestigious. And that's why there is a one fashion is there in the culture of researchers, like they want the data set also. So please be ready with your data set. That is one message I'm giving you, Dr. Arpana, and maybe other, those who are looking forward to doing. Don't feel that you can, because many people, guys, what they have done, they have taken the data from one paper, they have pasted the data to some other paper, they changed the variable. It's smart work, it's smart work. But editors are much smarter than those guys. So no one can fool the editors. They're very smart. Even they are checking the analysis also. So please be ready with your Excel file, your analysis file, your results, every evidence you have, because at any point in time, even after the publication, don't believe that my paper is published. Those things, if come into the picture of editor, what they will do? Can anyone drop in the chat window? They will retract your paper. Retract means, okay, date, number, issue, and everything is written here. They will retract, means cancel sign. Paper will be there, but you will be there. So your name, fame, and everything will be at stake. So it is very difficult, right? So one tip I want to give. Let's combine whatever the discussion I have made. Tip is create your own case study with confidence by downloading the case study brainstorming checklist. Maybe you can go to HBR, maybe you can go to Emerald case study. Various publishers, they have published. You will find some checklist, and then you go and brainstorm. You discuss, because you do not go directly to download the paper. No, sir, I want to exactly write this. No, you first discuss. Discussion is more. Discussion is very much needed in this. So that's why it is the biggest tip for you. Case study usually follow a typical story structure, which means they have the beginning, middle, and think them before and after, like what happened before, what happened after, like you take some snapshot of the business. Business case studies can be oftenly created with the help of marketing team, research team. You can go through. I think I've already commented. I will not pay much attention on this section, right? So that is very much important. Yes, this is most important information for all of you. Case studies make this number heavy approach even more effective. Based on how? By bringing those numbers to the life. Because once you add more insights into the case study, that is very much important to deliver some idea about the case related to the particular context. Maybe you are dealing with the operations, maybe you are dealing with design, maybe you are dealing with the research and development. Any area you can pick and choose. Maybe sales, maybe marketing, maybe HR analytics. HR analytics. You will find various case studies also on HR analytics like this. So case studies explore how your product or services have affected specific customers, framed as a compelling story. They help in new potential buyers also, because many companies, they are driving their business based on the case study, because they have understood. They will never, companies are very smart. I have very good connection with the corporates also. I'm updated on real time as well, because I recruit, I help the recruitment process to my students to place them well in this. So that's why they always say that, sir, we are not aware, we are not interested in research paper, but we are more interested in case studies. So that is also one of the very good deep thought and requirement by the industry professionals. So that is there. Above all else, case studies survey living proof that your product really can do everything you claim. Consider that gold standard for credibility, honesty, policy, and whatnot. I think you can add on those things. So who uses case study? Let's talk about. This is another interesting question. Let's start by recapping the basics. I think we have already discussed a case study is used in the businesses to help sell products, services, and another business too. And they are created by the marketing. I think the message is clear. They always collaborate. So you try, what is the takeaway for all of you, all the participants? You collaborate more. Once you collaborate more, because many people I have seen the collaboration in their mind, but it is not in the execution. Or you are not trusting someone. At least you can start something, isn't it? Once you start something, the beautiful things will emerge. The beautiful collaboration will be there. You can publish more, because our working style is same. I can collaborate with Priyanka, I can collaborate with Madam Suri, Patel, many other, like all participants. It is not that. You can also collaborate with someone. You can take the collaborator from this excellent cohort which we have in this workshop, right? So it depends. I'll share the email IDs of with all of you. so that you can know each other, and sky is the limit. You can publish well and collaborate well, discuss, brainstorm. Brainstorming is the key of the case study. That is very much required. You always add the real life example. You can just go to the last line. I think rest is because we researchers have the habit to add each and everything. So don't go with the first bullet, that is already conveyed. Come to the second bullet. By examining a real life example, potential customers see the proven result. Because whenever you have the proven result with you in your hand, you can claim it well, isn't it? Because I can claim it. I got these 45 people. I am the lucky person to have these 45 people be. It may be, many great people I have lost. But I was looking for all of you guys so that I can deliberate, I can discuss, I can share my school of thoughts with you through this case study workshop, right? Whatever you can say. So that was the big thing, which I've started. And I think it is a special meeting. We can live life for these 2 hours, and then we will start. Then we will be, go back to our own work. But these things will help us to bringing the things in a much orderly way. We can publish, we can discuss, and take some journey of the case study at last. So these are some examples of how to use the case study. Let me take one by one. I'm taking some example from accounting cases, how the teachers will use, how the researchers will use. So I'm just showing you some pictures. Beautiful pictures are on the way. Yes, Kushbu, you want to say something? You have raised your hands.
Sir, I just want to ask one question.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, that brainstorming is the key, right? To publish or to start writing a case study, we need to do the first step is to do the brainstorm.
Yeah.
But what is the process of writing a case study? Like
that is coming after these examples. That is there. I will just wait for your query. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Order is same. Case study is nothing but I will give you the example right away also.
Okay.
Okay. You give me some context. I will help you, Kushbu.
Sir, as I wanted to say that you are saying that it is different from a research paper, right? Case study is different from writing a research paper. But in research paper, there is a set process that first we describe the context, then there must be some aim, then accordingly literature review, and if there is an analytical things that we do or the findings.
Yeah.
So what is the pattern of writing a case study?
Writing a case study, you just select a context. I think I've conveyed, I think most of the people, they can understand. Some context is there. Suppose you are interested to write on the culture of India, which is now changing in the academic, suppose. Okay, Kushbu?
All right.
I'm just taking just 2 examples, okay? So what you will do, you just brainstorm with some people, because certainly if you are not interested for brainstorming, you have your own ideas you start with, isn't it? But you go with the cultural, organization, gather some material, study well, then you narrate your story. Just like a director, a script writer too. So in this case, literature review is not there.
Okay.
In this case, literature review is not there. Here, the pure story is there. I will take the example from film also, film sector. Generally, a script is written by some script, writer. That script goes to the director. Director will look at, okay, that is maybe a very sound, interesting script. Then they will approach to the actors or actresses. Then they will go through. Then they sign the MOU. Then the picture starts working. So same case also applies here in writing that. You just pick and choose one context in which you are interested. Then you meet with those organizations and those people. Then you brainstorm your ideas with them. They will help you to get some information, more insight. Then you start writing. So case study is all like about narration, story. I'm mentioning since beginning of my discussion, story. But this is a real story. But in research paper, it may be the Kushbu is publishing good thought on objectives. Your objective may be different from me. So in research paper, something or majorly are imaginary. That may be true, that may not be true, right? I hope you have understood. But case study is solely based on some event conducted in the past or happened in the past. So that is the two difference as far as your query is concerned. I hope I have answered that. Maybe some of the things will be clarified once you will journey.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can see this website. So I was just giving the example from the accounting sector, finance and accounting case study example. So on Thomson Reuters, some case studies there, and how you can use. Please see this website. So case study. So you can just look at overview, challenges. Khushbu, here you can see overview, challenges, and results. This is the only case study. Here no literature review is there. Okay. But what is, suppose you want to discuss this thing in the class, I can give you some tips, though we have something to share in the next workshop also on only on this. So overview are giving about the one source, okay, because it is published by, so you can see here, one of the challenges facing the 3% income tax department, the cheesecake factory, was the lack of streamlined compliance process. So one cheesecake factory is there, right, in the, because this case study is published on this particular company. Then that overview is given, challenges are given, challenges just like a general challenges which you and we all companies face, over dependence on manual data entry. Many companies, they do even today also, such as manually typing M terms into the tax return software. If you manually type anything, then there will be more errors, isn't it? So that is the challenge. But the biggest challenge could be shifting the manual process to the automation, isn't it? So that is also the, so case study in the class, whenever we give, you are just giving one point to your you can say audience, maybe your student, maybe your professor, maybe you are taking the class of people like you and me, right? So we are just adding one thing, only rest of the things we will add in our discussion once we answer some question. So that is the way how we management professor should do. What was the result? Result is what. So only these things are there. No literature review who has published 1991. Somebody has said like that. So it's almost a little bit a similar approach in the beginning, but entirely a different ballgame. So that's why Khushbu, I think all the other esteemed participants, there is a totally a different demarcation from the research paper and the case study. And you can see it is one of the case study in one source, it has been published. And here you can see, according to the Michael Nachman, senior tax manager, the Cheesecake Factory, what he said is part of the original decision-making process. One of the main reasons for choosing to license one source tax provision at the Cheesecake Factory was the fact that it is integrated with our existing one source income tax. It means some message is coming, one source income tax is prime thing for them. But they are facing some difficulty in their balance sheet, in their Excel, manual data entry, and due to these things, one source tax provisions is not applied. What I have understood, I've just read in front of you. Okay. And results, you can see utilizing the active work paper module directly mapped to the tax department. So they have compensated their, they have mapped directly to the tax department. Okay, sir, these are our customers, these are our stakeholders. So every data, whatever you are doing here, it is directly mapped to the income tax. It means mapped is nothing but whatever you are doing, everything you can easily exchange on real time or on the off real time also. So that is the idea. You can see another example, industrial manufacturing. So here you can see industrial manufacturing companies sell their some of most expensive and complex products around, whether they are tailored or automotive companies, healthcare, defense, anyone, you can go for this. The last line is very much important. Production Modeling Corporation, PMC, includes an entire library for downloadable cases. So they have made some downloadable cases. Here you can see. So people have written. So this slide which help you to understand the categories. You can see description is there. Industry, which kind of case study you are dealing with, what kind of categories you are associated with, and what kind of documents are there. So you can see, suppose you want to be a study, this is for those people, those who are here to understand how to use the case study in their class. So you can use description, industry type, category, and document. You can easily go and download these things. This is for the engineering people. Likewise, you have other databases also. You can procure some case studies through your library, and you can download, you can use, you can narrate that. So two entities are there. I can summarize also whatever we have taken. Two entities are there. One we have to publish, one we have to discuss. Sometimes we have to do the two tasks also. Like you are publishing, you are using it also. Another case study from marketing point of view. You can see marketing, example of marketing advertising agency. So many things are skeptical, generally because they are not thought provoking. People are hesitating to. So case studies proving that they can deliver the results they promise and making into more business, giving them a chance also. Because Australian advertising agency Smart Combines, this is the name of the company. So their case studies are also there. Here you can see this is the one. So they have just mentioned like Whitsunday Apartments, Hamilton Island. So you can see case studies section you will there. So you can use these cases. So you have to do something actually. What is the message here for all of you? You may be an educator, trainer, or researcher. You go to their website and you just search everything. Somewhere you will find the case study. Something case studies are also mentioned in the reports also, the industry reports. That is also there. You may find some different cases also in the reports itself, not as a different category like this, but case studies are mentioned in the industrial report of that particular company. So maybe a small section, maybe one paragraph, maybe like, so it is just a fulcrum to start with, to start a discussion. Rest you can contact them through email, you can write them an email, you can meet, you can call also if number is available for them, right? So I'm just showing you how the case study can be downloaded, how the case studies can be distinguished, how the case studies can be looked at. Yes, Archana ma'am.
So please spare some valuable time to throw light on a research paper based on case study also.
Research paper, it is not the case research page, but I will take and address your query also at the last moment. Okay, Archana ma'am? Yeah, please have patience. Thank you. You will get the answer, don't worry. So these are the software company case study examples. So case studies are perfect. You can take the example of SaaS marketing opportunities. So Marketo is also there in Marketo. So you can take any example irrespective of but the company should be viable. Company, because these days, what is happening, this question is also related to Madam Archana and other participants there. Predatory journals are there. People are making and taking your manuscript, maybe case study, research paper also. So that is not the point of discussion, but I'm adding. So don't be put in the fuss of those websites. They may be uploaded as some predatory case studies also. So you need to be very much cautious, and you can take the help of your seniors also from your institution. Probably that is the one quick method which can, or you can write an email to them like this, and you can use this, how much people are using. But good case studies are always there. You can take the case studies from the books also, published books also. That is also there. So I want to add those points also, because marketing strategies, many companies, they created some different thing. So you can take the example of Marketo company. Here you can see a story in the form of customer stories. So these are case study. Here you can see CA Technologies, CenturyLink, Charles Schwab, view case study. George Washington, like university, one case study is there of that university. Nokia Networks view case study, Panasonic view case study like this. You may not find all case studies of all companies, but you can find some case studies from some industry, popular industry, because you may find all case studies of all companies once people are published, once people are doing. So that's why case studies at the slow pace actually, as compared to the research paper. But this is something, a different area, emerging area also. As I've already discussed, there you will find in industry section, if you go to any website, you can go through and search something, you will find something relevant to the case studies like that. So case formats, let's talk about the case formats. So Archana ma'am, you can note down. Now I'm coming to that point, how to publish, what kind of format how you can publish case study in the form of research paper. So you need to be aware about the formats. You can note down. So yeah, so written case study, explanation and example. So this slide is much more important for you. So you can see here. So written case studies are most traditional case study format. They have been around for a long time and continue for the effective today. Readers generally get the visual representation of data, availability of the scan, focus on the sections of this like this. PDFs are there. Generally, people publish in the form of PDFs, so that is also there. So you will see different print versions are also available, as I already commented on that, which you can go for networking events. They also have the, make the great sales collateral documents. Sales people can give qualified prospects to read the more. So likewise, you can go through. I will show you one picture also. Interesting picture is coming here. You can see. So Garcia Jeans streamline system integration for easier data access with the Red Hat. So here you can see Garcia software is the Red Hat JBoss Fuse. So headquarter is there. So some area like this Red Hat company. So customer case study. So this is the classification customer case study. Likewise, you can narrate some company discussion maybe in this form, and you can easily publish also with this. And this can be written in the form of case study, research paper also, because you have done some research for that. You add some data into this, then probably you can discuss it. Like you can take the example of this company again, Cisco. So Cisco company here you can see security and visibility. Daniel, employee satisfaction, Ina Labs, right system for growth, like this. So here you can see customer stories are there in the form of. So as I was mentioning during the beginning of the session, the customers are sharing their thoughts with the companies, and companies are publishing their case studies with the feedback of the customer in the form of customer stories, and which you can use for your publication as a researcher. And you can narrate that entire story in the form of research paper, Dr. Archana, and you can publish it well. Rest you can go through the formatting, design, whatever required, because you have targeted some genre. So according to that, you have to narrate the entire story, and that maybe means your work. That simple, I can share with you, Archana.
So can we write a story of one successful entrepreneur or
yes,
company?
certainly. Why not? Yes, certainly. You should. You can prepare some set of case questions. You can conduct some interviews also. I'm coming to this point. I think once these examples are over, the tips are coming to you. So please be ready with this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I think, yes, I was mentioning this here, digital marketing, So instead of a PDF, some companies will have their case studies and landing pages also. This is, guys, here I need your attention, because you may not find the case studies in PDF, but you may find some case studies on the web pages, landing pages. Think of landing pages as any individual page of a website. So I'm just giving you the type, because this workshop is all about the case study, where you can see that how the case look like. So here is the answer. It is not like that, sir, I was going through the website, but I could not find the case. The case is not always in the PDF. Okay, it may be in the form of dedicated page, maybe in the form of in the form of, what is the idea? Some a separate section of the case report, maybe that report in the form of report in the form of like PDF, because PDF report you will find something. So that is the idea behind, as far as the concepts are. Excuse me. So that is the idea in this slide. So this, I was emphasizing on this. Now let's proceed with this. You can see this. This is in the form of one page, landing page. So this is the case study here. You can see. So you will never find a case study written on any page wall. So don't come to me, sir, you told me there should be a case study. So you have to identify. Okay, some data is there. You can see visitors per month, bounce rate, some score is there, minutes of the site is there, transfer. This is only a case. Okay, some message is there. So it is not like that cases, sir, it was not a case, it was a paragraph. So don't be confused, guys. So that's why, I'm bringing your attention. A PDF case study sometimes has more design limitation than one online. So images are there, some pictorial view, some paragraph, some data, and then another picture. Message clear, job done. So a landing page allows you to fit any images, charts, videos as you would like. I'm coming to the video cases also. It may be interesting for you guys, but I'm giving you where you guys can be confused. So don't be confused. You may find the cases in the PDF format, in the blog pages, in the PDF reports. There is a quote report, industrial report, maybe 2020 to 21, maybe 22 to 23, like this. So that is very much important for this. So this is a how to write. What are the advantages to write in case study? So maybe Archana ma'am, this is for you, maybe for other participants. Linking to additional information, contact forms. So written case study advantages, like if you go to the advantages, you have to easier ask for your customers. So through case study, you can ask your customer, okay, I have written this case study. Please comment on this. I am sending you the PDF files or links. Maybe you can upload. If you do not have the website, many people ask me, sir, if you have the website, I do not have the website, how I can share and reach to the customer? Because for corporate training program, I generally go and so those kind of things come. I say that you have the Gmail account, you upload that report to your Drive, Google Drive, you keep the link and share with the gentleman or to whosoever you are interested to share. So easier ask for your customers. So it is nothing to do like you always go with the website and web pages or you need website, because these days customers are dynamic. The purpose should not be defeated. That is a one quote which I would like to add. Easy to scan, especially for the time strapped professionals, because it is easy to scan. Also advantages, because case study go through, nobody is interested to go through the data mining on the website. Data mining is, I think it is the correct word. So you have no time, you just go through the case study. Okay, you are well aware about this company, okay, what they do, what kind of, because those keywords definitely will come into the picture of this. So that is really important. Another is the ability to print your case. So ability to print your case study, that is also one advantage. Once you write well, once you publish well, once you talking about with your evidence and facts and figures like this. So here you can see what are the disadvantages, guys. Disadvantages is less emotional impact. It is irrespective of that, right? Don't ignore the time investment. That is a disadvantage. The challenge to keep your readers' attention. That is also the disadvantage. Because if you do digital marketing, if you are reaching to the windows of the people to whom you are attached to it, right? So that is required for this. So these are the sub disadvantages. Case study examples for research paper writing. Maybe research paper writing. This is valid for all. So while we looked at the few examples of the written case studies above, the options for what text to include and how you will lay it down can be almost endless. So ma'am, Archana, you can see what text to include. So that basis should be very much strong if you want to really publish today. Because here thought-provoking ideas, real facts and figures people are looking for. So written case study examples are very much important. It may be almost endless. It can be narrated well, unpublished by some other. So here are a few more examples to get you inspired and spark those creative processes. Here you can see like this. So one example for you, how Weebly saved 1 million hours on content production. So this case written from media company content is short and sweet, but notice the logical structure, challenge, solutions, result, and attractive design. Because design is also something great, right? If you have written, as you have taken the example, I think I've already given this example. Yes, this example. So you can see picture, beautiful, colorful picture, upside and downside, and in between some text is written, transforming the tactics for success. So it is well narrated, got published also. Likewise. So that is the idea which I was talking about. Here you can see Weebly. This is the idea. This I was mentioning. Okay, Weebly in business, challenge and solution, case study over. So I brought many templates in front of you so that you can see. So here you can see Weebly case study. You can also go through their website. You will find some case study, maybe relevant to your topic for the discussion in the class. Maybe topic of the publication which you are thinking for. So you can see Weebly is a consumer service that has given over 30 million designers and entrepreneurs. So you see the way how they start the dialogue. Challenges one side, solution one side, job done. This is the case study. So content was given to some amazing positive returns, so some reference point is there. So it is not always like that to start from scratch. What is Weebly? How Weebly is evolved? What are the components? I hope, Archana madam, you are thinking in this way. You just directly come to the context, talk about the challenges, talk about the solution, then publish it with your name. This is so case study is not needed or much needed about the background and all those stuff, blah blah blah.
Suppose, sir, I am targeting one entrepreneur whose success story I want to write. So first step is to get.
So first, I will help you. First, you talk about the what is the gentleman. Even there is no idea at all required, name and everything. Even you will directly say this is the entrepreneur located in so and so city. Success story talks about on such aspects like that. Maybe customer, maybe profitability, maybe performance, maybe customer happiness, maybe some incentivized approach is being used by the company entrepreneur, right? You can just comment it and job done.
Okay.
People
But
direct, it is a direct approach actually. Yeah.
The pre-preparation will be to have seek permission, then to record a Zoom meeting with him.
No,
with all
you have to take the permission from the particular entrepreneur who is successful one. And once the entrepreneur is ready to give you, you can conduct the interview also directly. You can record those interviews and you can narrate in your own words. What is the problem?
Okay, sir. What are the various journals which are there, which accept this case study research paper?
Yeah, general. I will mail you. You can drop me an email. I will give you my email ID. You can drop me. I will specifically take up this query. Okay. Yes, Mukesh ji, Dr. Mukesh.
Yes, sir. My question is related to that question, ma'am question. If the entrepreneur is not ready to publish their name, then can we write?
Then you have to rename also. I think this question already addressed through XYZ. Maybe you can give some like I can give you Amit. Amit is a successful entrepreneur in the region of Himachal.
Okay.
Okay. Then indirectly story, but because there the people are not important. Okay, Mukesh ji.
Right, sir.
The people are not important. Like what Rudra is doing. Nobody is interested what Rudra is doing, isn't it?
Exactly.
But what is the matter is this?
That
okay,
is important.
that is important. Matter is okay. Rudra is taking keen interest in training programs. Talks about sensibly in the training programs. I have benefited from the training program. I've escalated my knowledge through this training program, like this.
So, sir, it may be related. Suppose that here the entrepreneur is there. It may be related to the any organizations. If I know the fact about any organizations, and if the organization is not giving the permission, then I can.
Then you can say and directly narrate that story in general, but you highlight those points. Yeah, because there the place is immaterial, the name is immaterial, isn't it?
Right.
Sir, like, 1 point more, there is no basic format, only the creativity of the researcher is there.
Yes, in the you see in this, I have I think this is the 5th or 6th one, this template I'm showing you. Did you see the difference in there? All are case studies.
Okay.
So that is the creativity. Some people are talking about the overview, but here no overview is not there. Overview term is not there. Only what is Weebly, what is the challenge, what is the solution. That's it.
Okay.
So how it is easy, isn't it? It is publishing a case study is much easy, effective, rather than the research paper, isn't it? Yes or no?
Okay.
Right, sir.
Sir, and please give me some names of few Indian journals also for that.
Indian journal also, Emerald, there is a journal, Indian IJBR, Indian Journal of Research, IJBR, Business Research, yes, Indian Journal of Business Research. Because you will find that, so they want, it is published through special issues journal also, so they are looking for the case studies. You can go to the IJBR, very good and reputed journal.
Sir, if it is possible,
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. If it is possible, sir, please provide some name of the journal which is the open access.
Yeah, I will provide. I will mail you actually, because whatever the queries are coming, I will definitely share those things with you. Don't worry.
Right, sir. Because most of the case studies are paid. So
paid.
It's
Do
very
not
difficult.
go with the paid. I have already given here the statement during my session. Do not go with the paid. Do not pay a single paisa to the publication, whether it is a paper, whether it is a case study.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Because these days predatory business is going on. Please understand. You are also aware. I am also aware. I
Dr.
provided various.
Raising hands, please look
Yeah.
at.
Yes, yes. Dr. Arun, yes, please. Yeah, Dr. Arun.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you for sharing such a valuable knowledge, sir. Sir, my interest is learning from you. Your experience. Can you share your experience? How do you take up a case in the class? Do you teach concept first and then bring in cases, or whether you bring in cases directly and immerse concept in that?
Yeah,
So-
I used not a same strategy. Sometime, I am giving. I will show you. Let me see if I can give you. Can I take this question once I will done this presentation, Arun? Is it
not
okay?
an issue, sir.
Yeah.
Not an issue.
Because I have noted this down, and even I will show you. I have already announced that. Okay, I will show you how I will use, and I will show you how the responses I am getting from the students, right?
Yeah. And one more request, sir. As you have already shared 2-3 sources from where we can get real-time cases, if you could share with us a list, because you are a seasoned person in this area, so you must be knowing some sources, good sources from where we can get such
One
real-time
source
cases.
you must be having, because you are in BHU, you must be having EBSCO. So EBSCO,
yes,
there is,
that we have.
so
That
the
we have.
EBSCO, you
HBR.
will find HBR.
Yeah.
HBR you have, so cases you can also, because EBSCO is a beautiful thing, because they have also collaborated with me, and I've also given different trainings on behalf of the EBSCO. So they have the section on some paper cuttings also, and some short cases also. I'm not sure whether you have explored it in EBSCO. If you are subscribing the full version, you will find the case study section separately.
We have Emerald with us, sir.
But EBSCO, it is there.
and
EBSCO.
Yeah,
It is the
fine.
aggregator of that. Please note down. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
not, you
I'll-
can subscribe. Well, you will find a very short case study, very thought provoking. Even student will enjoy. Your rating will high. Your ranking will high. So you see the connection of the case studies. Okay, Arun.
All right.
So
That's
in
great,
this,
sir.
I think that's great. Okay.
Actually, most of the time, HBR cases are too expensive, and institution like
expensive.
us, which lack funding. So in that case, we cannot many times
Yeah,
afford
1200
those case
per
studies.
student, per section, per student, per case.
Yeah. $4 per student.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
can see, and if you misuse it, then HBR will file a case against you.
Mukesh has
So nobody want to be this. They have categorically written you can't upload, you can't share, your name and IP address is coming. So yeah, that is there.
True.
But training
Thank
program
you.
we can
Thank you,
use.
sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So shall I move further, guys, with your permission?
Mr. Mukesh has one question. Just he's raised the hand.
Yeah, Mr. Mukesh, you can.
I have asked the question, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, no problem. So let me wind up this. So new breed marketing case study on lithium is just example to show you how this marketing agency seamlessly incorporate these case studies on their website. So indirect way companies are using, but we academicians are not using. That is the irony of the system that you can see. We have not been coached that way. That's why these workshops are very much in, because I had a discussion with Madam Suri some time back when we were, conceptualizing this. So I proposed, ma'am, it is one of the area which is suppressing. So that's we got the, permission, and then we collaborated. And now finally we are witnessing that particular event, isn't it? So case study is much more powerful, very quick, publication, utility wise also, and students will also feel happy. So likewise, so this is one example, guys, in front of you about the lithium, based on this, and they are big, and first place you go see your eyes. You can narrate anything, like you can connect the quote also serves the fabulous testimonial, because testimonial, the feedback in the form of, but feedback, the new name, the modernized word is testimonial. Please note down, many people there. They are not, accustomed with that particular area, right? So a grade.us, it is not that a grade.us case study, biz marketing, MKTG is short form of biz marketing, helping businesses win online. So online businesses are very much grad.us. If you go to the website, you will find how they are running their business win online. Even many people are there getting the money also from this, because once you promote, people are using affiliate marketing and all those stuff. you will find this. So this is one of the another case study. So you can see here, advertising and reviews work hand in hand. New patients would always say, and they found on the internet and radio reviews, you guys look awesome. So using grad.us, their dental practice was able to acquire 118 reviews over 1 year. So you can see here. So average rating is 5 star. You can see here 4.8. And direct benefit reviews came by the site from Facebook are 23, Google are 29, Yelp is 7, and direct is 59. So total is 180. So you can see how the business is changing with the use of just a small change. It is not very old. You can see from 2017 to 2010. North Creek Dental Care garnered 118 new reviews with an average rating of 4.83 star, which is a good number, right? These reviews affected minus 0.0 star, 0% change in its overall star rating, and change into the total review count is plus 39. So you can see there was no change in the, means there was no change at all, but the rise was high. 39% they have escalated from the, so review see. So many companies, they are using, actually it is a part of digital marketing, if you see by and large. So digital marketing, how the case studies can change the business. That is it. So video cases, let's talk about very inspiring video cases, explanation and example. So video cases, if you are not good in paper-based cases, you can go for video cases, right? Video case study represent the latest evolution in case study marketing. In the past, any sort of video marketing required budget to pay a production team. Now tools and technologies continuously example. These days, you can take the example of YouTube. These days, where your student, my students, and many professional also, they learn from the YouTube, isn't it? So even I will also try to upload this video on YouTube if you guys need. Otherwise, I'm okay with it. It's not a compulsion, right? So video case studies are very much important in explanation with example. Video case studies offer possibility for increase the brand exposure by putting up to your YouTube channel. Team collaboration software companies like Slack created a short case study video. Featured production company Sandwich Video. Sandwich videos are generally, one video over the other video. It is integration of the two videos, and the video is fun, engaging, and give reviews to taste and how the Slack changed the way Sandwich Video teams work. It also engages the viewers' sense of humor, because many people are not interested in study. They want to be interested in watching movies, watching some short videos. So humor will come, sense of humor. Something can be more challenging in a written case, but because you can't express the feeling in the written case, but you can express your feeling in the video, like this. I'm sure you guys are with me. You are feeling excited because I'm sure you are feeling a new experience in the case study or through this discussion, because everything depends upon on the instructor, on the facilitator, how they are taking the journey out. So this video case study can rank up to almost 1 billion views on the YouTube. So you can see a single video, a small thing can change the world also. That is the power of the video case study. So it's hard to say which case study format is best. It may be one of the question, but simple video, message is clear, just like advertisement. You can see many these companies, they spend a lot of million of dollars, crores of lakhs of rupee on their 1 minute ad, but they are gaining many things, isn't it, in the business, whether it is a advertisement of washing powder, toothpaste, your Ayurvedic product, maybe this product, that product. I think we all are accustomed with this surroundings of this advertisement. So each has its own advantage and disadvantage, right? So because there is always an advantage, there is always a disadvantage. That is the how the world moves to this. So video case main advantages are in front of you. Video case study, here are some of the top advantages to video case study. While video testimonials, the comments, basically the feedback, comments about to take more time, the payoff can be worth it. Even these days, you guys must appreciate that these days people are doing some research work on sentiment. So sentiment, please mute yourself. I think who is there? Abhijit Tambe, please mute. So you have to be very much, serious while using technology. Anyway, so testimonials, I hope the things are clear to you. So that is also there. Another advantage is humanizing and personalizing. I think humanizing, You are talking about the relevant issue. You have made the video about the relevant issue. You're personalizing your customers, added some authenticity as well, engaging multiple senses together. And another is wider distribution, because you are reaching to the masses through video link, which you may not going through their document. You can't share your HBR content with anybody, but video link can be shared through wider distribution and access to a new audiences this way. Another is consideration, video case consideration. While there are many benefits to video, testimonials, make sure your country in that context which you are dealing with, maybe a big picture, before diving too far into that strategy. So your context must be similar. If you see my discussion since more than 1.5 hours, context is very much important. If context is conveyed, you are just binded in that particular area. You are more focusing on that area, right? Another consideration could be require more technical expertise, because you may have expertise in writing, but you may not have expertise in video editing and all. So technical expertise, equipment, viewer convincing is required. It's a bigger ask for your features case study customers like this. So very well planned settings are required. Actually, if you ask me, sir, can you narrate in 1 or 2 lines about this video case kind of thing, you need to be very much cautious. Very much training is required in terms of facing, because not everyone is comfortable on camera, right? What happened prior to the lockdown, people were not very much comfortable, but after Corona thing ends, and now people are taking online classes and video chatting. I think 1.8 quadrillion data we have generated in last 2 years. It is because I teach data analytics also. So 1.8 quadrillion, data is being generated in the last 2 years. So you can see the power of online learning, because people face the camera. I think we all learned, isn't it? We all learned, there is no one expert in this planet, right? I believe that way. So video case study example, you can see, to fully understand the benefits of video case studies, it's worth, taking a look about few top examples. Yeah, I'm just showing you one picture, not the video, but the picture because of paucity time. HP blooming color expands into new global market thanks to HP. So this is the caption of that video. You can see video case study. You can Google it also later on after this session. So you can see this is the video. So this video has a beautiful cinematography, right? And editing also, you can see the picture is very attractive and very much clear. Beyond that, the visual demonstrate the most critical aspect is a successful case study. It tells a story that creates the authentic and personal connection, isn't it? So that is the idea. HP is there, blooming color expand into new global markets. So you see how the company advertised from the video. So this is the video case. It may be a video for common people, but we are educators. It is a video case. And then you can take this video in your classroom and you discuss why this particular color they have chosen, what is the message in the video. Then you can, I generally, take the classes also on video. Even I go for the team teach also. I ask the student, I've experimented many experiments at my institute and other institute during these trainings. FDPs also. So far I've trained, as I told you, 250 or 300 plus, faculty development program on research paper writing, content writing, how to remove research papers, like many things, I still don't remember, but once I will see back and my, directory, then I see that, sometimes I'm wondering, okay, I have done this. Right? So because I'm not aware about, and remembering all these things, but I have learned over a period of time in last 20-21 years like this.
Excuse me, sir. What is the meaning of the term case centers? Sometimes we file case studies.
Case centers. Yes, you have asked a very good question, Dr. Archana. Case centers are the authorized, bodies to invite the, case studies to people like you and me to publish. So these are case centers. So you have to take the permission. You have to sign the file, signature file. They will take the copyrights from you. Then they are going to publish with your name.
And so they give some royalty also when you're
not much, not necessary. No, because
so what is the benefit of
books? You will find the royalty. But in case studies, not all case centers are giving the case study. Right?
Lisa, in case of case centers, is there any advantage of giving your case study research
Yes,
paper
the biggest
vis-a-vis
advantage
other
that,
journals?
yes, the biggest advantage is that globally, you will find very few case centers. So if your case is published with the case centers, so they will advertise, people will buy the case from them. If some, because different models are there. It is not like every case is linked with the money, isn't it? So it is case to case basis. If you have written the case in such an area where the case is not exist, so that probably they will give you some incentive to in the beginning or in the later stage based on the
Over journal publication.
it is just a case study. It is a separately like HBR, IV. These are the brands, top brand. I think you must be knowing. So they are charging heavily because they developed in last 50, 60 years. But case centers are the authorized centers for bringing the case. If suppose any decision comes from the court, then they will take care of everything. So they write copyright, content, editing, everything. They will look into this very seriously.
Okay. Case center is also a good.
Yes. Case centers are very good because they authenticate your case. Na? It is written by Dr. Archana from India.
Okay, so when you make all the participants regarding the journals and all that, please give 3-4 research papers which are
Right,
good.
right. I will mail you.
Yeah, please, sir. Yeah.
I will
and little
satisfy
bit
your
of study
query.
material also, because I joined this workshop only to understand the case study research method.
Okay, so
Okay.
let me continue, ma'am. Archana, ma'am, please.
Yes.
Because we
Why
all are
not?
running short of time. I think 6:13 is the time right now. Okay. So we'll take up the queries at the last. Once I will finish because some of the new things are coming for this. So I think you have understood the video case, which is right for you. So based on the quality, based on the content coverage, I think there is a lot to say. So how to write a case study? So here is the question and answer for Dr. Archana and other participants. I have touched on why case studies fit nicely with the winning, but marketing strategy as well with the example of the brands. So how can I make this work for me? So understanding how to write a case study is an invaluable skills. You will make decisions large or small either. If you decide everything from the deciding with customers to feature to the best format to use, which format I think I'll tell you what is the format to use the design and thinking. And this can also feel overwhelming in a hurry. So let's break it down. So how to write a case study, let's understand. This is the 5 steps to make your next case study a reality. So Dr. Archana, here is the answer. You are very much passionate and asking question. Determine your customers means your readers. For you, your readers. Conduct the interview, as I've already commented. You conduct the interview. Under interview, your question should be very crisp. Please note down. Your question, do not ask a redundant question, which is because at times what happens, you are very much confident or overconfident once you meet with the people conducting the interview. Maybe you are not covered the relevant question in the beginning, but you have taken the basic question. Then the person they are least interested, they say that, okay, thank you, ma'am, I think I've done so many questions interviews to you. So you lost that opportunity, isn't it? So conduct the interview in the course. Note down the important questions first, then basic question could be, but don't ask too much basic questions like what is your age, what is your name, what is your background. I've seen, because many people, they have not trained how to interviews also, and it is a fact, because somebody has given you 5-10 minutes. Okay, ma'am, okay, I agree, you are approaching me, okay, I agree, but you are asking, sir, what is your name, what was your hometown, how many family members in working. Maybe that particular information, geographical information, may be relevant, maybe less relevant to your case, but you have not asked a genuine question. So what is the success mool mantra of your stature, how you became the stalwart in this area? That, so that sounds good or not? I am sure you are differentiating. Conduct the interview. So if you narrate well, you are increasing the chances of your paper or research paper, whatever case study. Write your case study, your own case study. It is your area. It is your own, what should I say? It is your own, your thought process. You are doing differently. Somebody has done differently. Even I will give you one very good example for all of you. It is always good to publish the negative results. Please note down. Don't go with the success story. but the relevant, like this. Okay. Edits and revisions, very much important. Do the well. So these are the formats. Follow these 5 steps to make your next case study a reality and publish it. And case study publication you will get once you approach the good journals, good publisher, and whatever the thoughts or comments are coming, you can do it well. Means enjoy. Overall, you enjoy. No, don't work compulsion. I have seen many professors, they are in compulsion. No one paper is coming. They're not enjoying actually. They were very much egoistic. They are not listening others people. They're taking these training programs very lightly. Though they have attended various FDPs, but they have not worked on content. So as I've already emphasizing, I'm just creating some spark, energy, and motivation across with you guys. Do well, take out time, quality. I teach TQM as well in guys. So total quality management will solve the purpose once you are organized and complete this. Edits and revisions like this. Slowly, you can upgrade your content. I'm sure guys, these things are, so ma'am Archana, I hope you have understood the format.
Yeah, sir.
To
Absolutely.
read. So here, no literature review, nothing is there, right? No data analysis there, no conclusion is there. Only these steps can take you the journey in the formats. The rest other things, determine how to determine the customer. Now the points are coming for you. Maybe interesting for Dr. Archana, maybe the case study process. I may be fast also because I'm running short of time, so I have to make the justice with it. I don't mind if you have the time, I can take the journey through, right? So the case study process example, when you create your own story. So first you understand case study is nothing but it's your own story. So a happy customer reaches out with a great results. You have just launched a new product or service. You are launching in a new region. Sales has noticed a gap in collateral to close the sales or whatnot, or to start the sales. You have a case study written into a contract. So that is also there. So that may be any, these are some examples. Maybe you can write some case study on the happiness of your class student. Sometimes I'm wondering, in the class, smiling faces. They're waiting eagerly in the classroom. Now offline classes started. Many students are approaching me. We had, alumni meet, but I missed because I was preparing for these workshops, registration, and other, one thesis has also come for evaluation, a PhD thesis. So today, one of my student, 2020 batch, she called up me before this. Sir, you were not there in the party, alumni meet. I came especially from Noida to meet you. So I said, Vipri, my apologies because of some engagement, I could not make it. So, she was very much, missing, and she messaged me. We had a discussion around 20 to 25 minutes, and, I was sharing, and she has also mentioned aware about this workshop also. So I'm just giving you an idea. If we are the two authors, we can easily publish with the integration of work, isn't it? So why the case study is not written on this? Any topic could be, maybe you like black color, black color could be, black color changed my life. I have the, mobile cover black color that changed my life. So it can be a very good example, isn't it? So I'm just giving you some idea where you can build up your and create a story. How to select the right customer for your case study? That is very much important. Unless a happy customer reaches out to you directly, you will have to decide which one you approach about becoming a case study subjects. Limited time, resources force you to be the selective one, because limited time, energy, because we all have same time. Only we have to find some judicious time with this. So in this way, if you use these norms, if you enjoy, first of all, you enjoy, you align yourself, you sit, not I think this case study workshop will change your settings of sitting also in your home and classroom also, because organized, you should be well organized. There is always a scope of quality, right? Well organized, talk to the people very generously, empathetic communication should be there with your customer also. They may be aggressive, but you always, okay, so fine, you listen first. Listening is a very good skill. Soft skills, people are lacking soft skills. Maybe I am thinking to organize the next workshop of soft skill for the professionals, how they will use, and then I will show you, how to talk, which word you can use. Maybe thank you. What are the 7-8 ways, to say thank you? How are you? Like, I'm just giving you some example, though it may be relevant somewhat in the case study. So happiness could be one example like this. Here are some few major considerations to think about before making a decision. Product service of yours to customer use and the familiarity that they with them. The customer brand recognition in the industry. Whether the results they have achieved are specific, remarkable. C point, if you use this bullet in your research paper or case study, I think you are changing the world. Whether the result they have achieved are specific and remarkable. If it is remarkable, please mention these words. Because these words, play with the words actually. Increase the vocabulary. Because you are going here and there, publishing in paid journal, as some of the gentlemen was mentioning. Sir, many journals are paid. Or even you paid, publish in the paid journal, you will not get any remark. You will get zero. Your efforts are gone wasted. No remarcation. Even people misuse you. Your reputation will down in your university or in the community. Everything will be there, and you will be at the risk also. So I'm giving you and sensitizing you, organize yourself. Whether they are sandwiched from the competitor product service, how closely they are aligned with your target audience. That is because closeness, proximity, your connection, you need to understand the mapping. Don't run your plane, without the aircraft, So that is the idea. These are the few major considerations to think about your decisions to making. Second point is conducting your case study interview. I think Archana madam, I was commenting. So how to conduct the interview. So that maybe it's very important part. Conducting your case study interview, prepare a customer for the interview. First of all, preparation is very much important. Please understand and pay attention on this. Preparation, how much preparation you have done. Not done only you have just called this person and ask them, okay, I want to, sir, conduct the interview. If it works well, it's okay. Otherwise, you can prepare. You can request them, sir, ma'am, please, I need looking for quality time. I don't want to just passing your time and my time too. You have to be very much professional and empathetic too. Categorical. Writing case study interview question, that is also very much important. I think I've already covered this part. Beginning of your story. What is the first point to start with? What should be the first line of your essay, author and writer? The middle of the case study is very much important. The middle of the case study, that is the mud point, basically the mud point of the case study. That is the middle of the case study. And ending that makes you the hero. At the end, you should be, or you makes you the hero because your paper is published, your case study is published. The world knows you. There's like sketch centers. If you submit well, you are because everything fight. What I've understood from this experience meeting with these people, editors and case centers, they always say that the English language is poor, and we are competing with the international people. So we have to work more these days. If you ask me, sir, what you are doing these days, I'm working on English. I'm frankly speaking, that's why I'm giving you the example. 7-8 ways. How are you? We only know one. What's
So
up?
how one can work on English?
So English training program can be conducted. Training program, because learning by doing, but I am saying that doing by learning. Okay. So doing by learning is always important. So if we can improve the English, maybe I have planned something, but I think to make the justice with the time. And if the things work well, I think we are there. We will meet again and into some forum, maybe some other time, date or time. So so there is a lot to discuss. We are educators actually, and educators have a lot of responsibility. It is not like that to publish my paper, to take my salaries, to take my increments and all, but something else, guys. Because we are to create the happiness of our student. You can see Dipti's example. 2020, she was passed out. She was a student. She only came for me and she categorically said, sir, I came, but I could not find you. So that's why I'm calling you and message you. I was so tense because it was traveling from Noida to Mohali. It was very painful for me. Only just came, but I said, okay, it's okay. Maybe in future. So I motivated her because I was busy in something else. So, we have to, deal with the situation. So then she said, okay, sir, good luck for your workshop. And probably once you are visiting, because she is, shifting from Noida to Bangalore. So you can see what kind of discussion we had. I think you can feel it. I'm just sharing some clue, not all, though I can, but so maybe. So these are the guys' interview questions in front of you. What challenges did you experience before deciding to start looking for a solution? When did you realize that you had to do something? So these words play an important role. We can change these. Challenges can be, some hurdles, maybe some other words also. What are the tipping points? What went into your decision making process? Which criteria did you choose to B2B solution? What was it, and who was involved into this? So sort of question, sort of interview question. It could be best by you, but we need to practice like that. So what made our product or service stand out from all the others? I think these questions are relevant and you can directly apply to any company, irrespective of your area, background, your experience. So that is very much means you work, allow your body, allow your mind, allow your soul to work in flow. So if you work in flow, I think that is the best thing you are doing on this earth and planet. How to conduct a case study interview? Now that you have the questions prepared and willing customers ready to answer questions, because now you're prepared well. I ask you prepare first your audience or customer to whom you are interviewing. The only thing left to do is conduct your case study interview. This is your chance to get the information you need to tell a story. Because if you lost this chance, probably that time will never come. Maybe best time will come, maybe no time will come. It depends upon, on your context. So with response in hand, it then becomes a matter of structuring them into an engaging narrative. So engaging narrative, 2 words, job done, guys. Industry is over, right? So engaging narrative. So case study I'm publishing, not to publish the case, but engaging my narration with the community who will go, who will get a spark, who will, run their business well, who may be in profitability, like this. Why do publish? Because we are contributing, we all are contributing. So our contribution should be in the direction of the good quality people, good community, not the predatory one, right? So that is the another sign which I am taking. You can easily publish engaging narrative. Please remember, you can note down also this. How will you conduct your interview? Again, the same question in the different way. You can conduct your case study interview in the multiple formats. Everything for exchanging emails to have the interview in a person. Even you can ask the question through email also. If some people like me, and I generally send this, questions. Answers through email, because that is practicing. I generally write, did you see my invitation email? Everything is well placed or not? Otherwise, I can see this link. Okay, you please guys come and join, isn't it? So you can see the difference of writing. It could be best by me or by someone, but I have tried my best. Okay, I've given some idea what is this case workshop about. I welcomed you also, and then some key takeaways, then link, then your passcode and everything, otherwise we can save the time also. But I don't want to change my habit. That is one biggest thing which I, because I'm still in learning phase, I believe. So that is the idea. So how should I conduct my case study interview? Video chat. Interview format, please note down, video chat. So what are the pros and cons? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Being able to see each other facial expression puts everyone at ease and encourage case study participants to open up. So whenever you give the case study, I will give you one demonstration also. Good formats if you're conferencing with several people from the customer team. Like cons, the disadvantages, always be on guard for the connection issues. Not every customer will be familiar about that technology, about that context. If it is so, then it will come into the category of pros, otherwise cons. Audio quality probably won't be as good as the phone. Pieces of the conversation lost, maybe if you're conducting some interview, but something is lost. So it means you can't recap, you can't connect. That is there. Though you can do video editing, but the flow is flow actually. Nobody can change that. That is this. Phone call. Phone call is also interview format. Phone call, you can make a call, you can dial the number, you can call the person. So more personal communication style than email, because you can hear sometime, tone that can really excited about certain answers. Convenient and immediate also. Phone call is convenient and immediate because you are calling someone. You are also saving your time. You are saving the time of others once the appointment is booked. There is a one condition. It is not like that you are calling someone to interview in between in the office hours. First, you have to book the appointment. Then it is convenient and immediate for you, and you can ask the question and you can record. Even you can record the particular uh, conversation over the phone call. The facilities are there with the permission. Cons is not a personal as a video chat, or it is not a personal interview because you can't see the customer's face. Not verbal cues might be missed, right? So don't get direct quotes like, as far as this interview phone calls are concerned. Other is in person, go and visit, meet with the people. I think that is more a stronger one. The most personal interview style, most preferred one. It feels like informal conversation, making it easier to tell the story. Sir, I came to visit you to get some answers about my case study, which I'm planning to write. And sooner, I'm happy to give the copy of the case study to you. If you had this line in the last, probably the person is happy, isn't it? It is not like that what you want. It is something else what you want, but I will give you, sir, in return the copy of that my case with you. You promise the person, you show your commitment, isn't it? That is more personal, and it is only possible once you are in person. It is not written here, but I'm adding some points to it. Humanizing the customer experience and allow you to put face on the incredible results. That is very much important. Cons, disadvantages, puts a lot of pressure on the customers who are shy or introverted, because there is some person who is introverted or feeling shy. Probably that person will not give you the interview, or you can't force a person to enter. That is a disadvantage, especially if they are being recorded, because they are facing not a camera like this. It requires the most commitment for the participant to travel, dressing up, dealing with the audiovisual equipments and things like that. So that is it. So these are some ways to in front of you to understand fonts. Email, wonderful email. Pros and cons. Interview format gives customers the most flexibility with respecting to a scheduling. They can answer the few questions, see their obligations, return to them their own, conveniences, right? No coordination of schedules needed. Email, generally you can send it in the night also, right? Let us send it you the email in the night. Exactly midnight, I welcome all you, and the link email was shared with you for this meeting, right? So each party can fulfill their obligation whenever they are. So here some flexibility is there. No coordination is required. You can just politely, you can send your message. Sir, I'm interested. I'm doing a research, and I want to publish some case. I have some interview. So if they are not replying, then you can go and personally visit them, or you can phone call them, or you can remind them, or you can give some some party. You can invite them for party. Sir, I'm inviting you. You some organize some event like that. Probably the person will come, and you can during the time, because these are the ways actually. If email it doesn't work, if personal meeting doesn't work, phone is doesn't work, how you can catch the person? Only you can catch the person. The solution is with you. You invest some event. You can organize some event, invite the fellow or the fellow people to whom you are interested to interview. You can interview also. The people will come definitely. So only this you can do. Otherwise, you can find other ways with some consultation, some references like this. So this is something. So who will participate in the interview? I think I've already given. I need not to put, otherwise it is too stretching. So these are some interviews tips also. Don't be afraid, go to office script, make interviews feel comfortable before getting started. Prioritize your question also. I've already commented. Record the interview. Don't forget press the button. You went there to the interview, but you forgot to switch on the your mic. What will happen? The interview is not recorded, isn't it? I have seen many people, my God, sir, I forgot to conduct the interview. I lost that interview. Just pressing because the person forgot to switch on the video or whatever the audio because of a carelessness. It is possible. Possibility is very high. There are very small buttons also of this mic and all, which we are using. But you forgot, you have conducted everything, but you forgot it, so nothing is recorded. You lost the opportunity, time, everything, money, efforts, whatnot. So that's why I am emphasizing on this. These things are not written here. Writing your own case study, some examples. I'm not, these are only just bullet point. Writing process, art of storytelling, as I've already commented to Dr. Archana and other people. Finding the perfect writing style, you need to work hard, find the way, what is a perfect writing style, understanding the narrative arc also. Narrative arc could be in the form of this picture. So you can see we are starting from this, then inciting incident, then some obstacle is there, then going to the midpoint of the miss, some point in the writing style, then you are coming down, then the climax. It is just like a picture. You know, some people made in starting the picture some story, some, then something in happened, then some fight occurred between the, you know, between the, you know, the villain and the actor or hero heroine, like this. Then you reach to it. So it is the same arc. It is arc basically, like this circle arc, you know. So that is this. So you should not forget. Edits and revisions, so very much important. Edits and revision, internal feedback you can take, and customer feedback, like readers feedback or the student feedback, whatever, who are the target people, you can take this. It is very simple as that, right? Publication you can, so importance, go for the design. In this case, go for the design tips to be keeping in mind. Break up the content with other visual elements, use the charts and images. White space in your friend, like this white space, you know, in the friend means you just spread out the word. You can invite some ongoing suggestions, use chart and images also. So design tips to keep it in mind. Okay, which design did you like? The design, that brochure which I have shared with you, that was designed by me. Okay, so I was just thinking to use the red color, you know. Red color is more attractive, though it is a sign of danger, but red color is more attractive among other colors, with the white background and some color, like this. So I'm just giving you some example. You can also you can try for this, right? Right before you publish. So you write before you publish means you uh, uh, give some rights. Right means you just validate all the facts and figures. That is the right. It is not that right, WRITs, right before you publish means you settle everything, like permissions and all that. That is the right we are. It is not that right we are typing with. Okay, before you publish. So it makes sense. It is. So how do you do a case study in training? So that is important. So this is some idea. A case study, and all, ask questions, create a visual representations like this, have the students write a case, have the professors, teachers, and trainees you know, write a case study. So these are some ways. These are very generic in nature. So how do you lead a case study discussion? That is very much important. So leading is very much important in these days. So some points based on the group size, break your subgroups in needed, lead the discussion with the guided question, means relevant question. Guided question means the relevant question to the discussion. Record some key pieces of the information on the board and keep track of the time. So it is as simple as that. If you are managing well, it's okay. I think we can publish it. This is what is a case study example. You can see some case study example, prospective case methods that we use for this. So this is from the psychological point of view, benefits of the psychology. A group of individuals might be watched about the extended prior of the time to observe the progression of the particular disease, because people go with the in-depth. If you see the picture, allow for an in-depth investigation, 1% group or event, generally doctor do. If one doctor fails, generally you have seen that once you visit the clinic, doctor says that no, I have to discuss with my senior doctor, or the doctor specialized in that area. Because some of doctors, they are not giving. It is the same case applies here, psychological case, but prospective case study method, which method to use, how to choose it, like this. So how do you write a case study assignment in this way? So these are some few points for you. So some 7 steps you remember, Dr. Archana. This I told you in the last, because I'm nearest to the end of the discussion. There are several steps to writing. So these are the 7 steps. Read the case study and questions carefully. Once you are attempting, suppose you are using the case study and write the case study, read the case study and questions carefully, identify the issues in the case study, link the theory to the practice, plan your answer. What is the planning of the answer? Whether the answer well or not, that you decide. Start writing your case study answers, edit and proofread and submit. So in this way, these are the very much, you can skip 1 or 2 points. That is also there. Maybe plan your answer. You can link link in the theory of the practice. That you can do. Some flexibility is there. But if you categorize these 7 steps, Probably you are doing the great thing in the particular. So what are case study questions could be? Let's see quickly without this wasting much time. These are the case study questions, guys. Ask from the, can you given the brief description about your company? How did you first hear about our services or a product or something else? What challenges, problem necessitated a change? What trends in your industry drove the need to the use of our product? Like these questions generally asked, suppose you are interested to write in some case study. Maybe a little bit you can align based on your flexibility. What you are looking for in a solutions like this. So it could be another question, but question can't be repetitive. So if you see here, all questions are needed, and placement of the question is also important. You take the highest depth question, that the first, then the second, then the third, and order is there. So can you give brief description? The description is very large. I can take that question to the last also, isn't it? But description should be well placed. So you should be have fair idea, and this fair idea will come only once you practice, once you go through in-depth discussions like this, and you can allow yourself to design. What do case studies include? A case study is a detailed study of a specific. So this is the definition I'm summarizing, such as person, group, place, event, organization, or a phenomena. A case study research design usually involves qualitative methods, but quantitative methods are also sometimes also as I already stated. Okay. So I think how do you start a case study? I think there is a lot drafting the case study. So ma'am Archana, this is the drafting of the case study. Introduction, identify the key problems and issues. Background, set the scene and background for the information, relevant facts, and the most important issues. Evaluation of the case, outline the various pieces of the case study that you are focusing upon. You give the proposed solution and some changes if it is needed, and the recommendations also, because recommendation, without recommendation, your case will be treated as incomplete. Recommendation is closing the loop. Please understand, recommendation is closing the loop. Okay? How does the case study look like this? Before and after snapshot of customer business, look at in this way. How do you start a case study essay? Go to the introduction, description, discussion, recommendation. I think I've already covered this. So guys, with these words, thank you very much for your patientful listening, and I'm happy to take some of the questions also from the chat window. I think people are typing their email IDs. Anyway, yes, who is let me come out from this. Stop sharing.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I am Simran Joshi from Ludhiana.
Yes.
Sir, I'm having question. Can we have case studies in the area of public policy with special reference to economics?
Yes, many case studies are there. Many case studies are there. Only the things is that you have not explored or not used, maybe, or maybe you have used a short case study, maybe not the legitimate one. So what is your challenge?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and actually, whenever on the internet I will search the case studies, I will usually find case studies from the for the engineers, for the entrepreneurs and so on. But my target is to have case studies in the area of public policy, monetary policy, and so on.
It is there. I think you can write to me. You have my email ID from where you have received the invitation. You can approach me. I will try to give you the case study if possible. Okay, that I
Okay.
can help
Thanks.
you out. That I can help you out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, case centers are owned by some journals or they are independent ones?
Sometimes they have the collaboration with the institution through some journals. They have mixed model actually. They are not independent. I'm opening the website. Please allow me for a few seconds. Okay, I will show you then. So here, let me reshare the screen. So guys, this is the one page of case center. Here you can see. So the casecenter.org is the website. I will drop in the chat window. You can just have a look. Here you can see, this is the link I've already shared with all of you. So you can see here, browse and buy different cases also, like management article, instructor manual, material, book chapters, role play. Role play is also there. So case teaching is also there, choosing a case, teaching notes, featured cases like this. Writing cases, why to submit us, how to submit, all these things. I think Dr. Archana was mentioning. So you can focus, case focus general. They have the general also. If I can open this, here you can see the Journal of Business and Management teaching case, Middle East and African edition. So they have this kind of, you can see August 2021. Means after this they have not published. Otherwise this would have been here August or maybe December 2021. So it seems that in 6 months they are publishing, because now these days, February is going on. So you can see this. Here is a case writing webinar. Suppose you want to be, you can register and like this, So once you have to explore all this, in training and resources are also there. Support the videos, case and accreditation, learning with the cases like this, conference PDWs, then current webinars, current workshops like this in this way. So this is a independent body, but they must have tie up with this. So you can write, get in touch. Case focus handling editor is there, Hazel Walker. So you can write, you can talk. So likewise, so they have the independent body. They must have the tie up, but it is not like that. They have the very good journals with them. Okay, because it is a separate entity. I hope I have answered the question. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And
So
here you can see the time. Yeah, it shows
that
me.
sometimes I feel that if Indians need to compete globally in the field of research,
So
they need to
writing, you have to be very much sure with the writing.
Okay, sir.
And one thing I want to add, I think, Dr. Arun, you were mentioning about the case which I use. So I will show you one case study. This I have given this case like Tata Group Indian New Global Challenger. So this I have given to my PhD scholars to whom I am teaching the course. So here you can see this is a short case of 4 or 5 pages. These are the questions I've written. Describe the various advantages that firms like Tata employ. So I can increase the view. Here you can see conglomerate. How can Tata use this? So I am allowing them. I send through email in their drive, and they have to come prepared in the class and they have to answer. So this is one thing, and this is the solution. Here you can see this is the solution. So this is the solution. Okay, Dr. Arun, you are there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah. So here you can see the detailed one, it is required. So sometime, so I have to give the solutions also to this. So this is also good practice. And you have to make the justice. Suppose 3 questions are there. So here 3 questions are there according to the case. So it is a short case, you can see. So 1 and 2. 2 questions are there. Sometimes 3 questions in a one major question. So these are the case questions. So short case studies are effective than HBR, because HBR case studies, if you go, they are costly. People also need time. I have understood from the different experiences, because I've used both the short cases, long-term cases, mid-long cases, and long cases, right? So in HBR cases, people need time, and sometimes they are our like Indian students, they are not accustomed with the words, because in HBR case studies they use high profound words, high sound word, you can say. Maybe some writer, you and me can understand, but from the point of view of the student, they are not aware about those. So they go and search in the Google. If every word they search in Google, then it is very difficult to connect with the relevant issue in the context. So these are some challenges I'm sharing with you. So I hope you like this, a short case study of 4 or 5 questions, relevant thing. It is just like a seamlessly a paper, right? And the questions given to the scholars or the students, and 3 questions are there, and then I ask them to submit. Then once they are submitting the answers to me, then I discuss their answers. So where they are wrong, because it is my duty to reflect back on their answers, because sometimes they are writing the same thing in a different words. So your catching power is very much essential. It is required. If you are well versed, it is okay. Otherwise, not. I have the recording things also. Let me see if my folder allows me. I have the recording also. I will play in between if possible. Yes.
Yeah, sir, my question was whether should we take up the concept first or the case first, or only case with through the case we can immerse case and concept in the class.
Actually, both the things are very much important. If your students are very sound provoking, okay, they are very much serious, then the concept is not required, because one concept, one subject you have taught, then you can give the case directly to them, isn't it? Okay, then you ask them. But suppose students are weak, they are not able to understand Copa matching with the professor's speed or the content, then I can't give, means as an instructor I can't give the case first. First the content is required, but if you believe that their background is good and it is flawless and everything is there, then you can directly give the case. So two models are there. Okay, is that okay with you?
All right, sir, thank you.
So depending upon the audience content, audience background interest, then you can decide with it. You can see here, this is the video I can play. Maybe you can see here if it is work. She is a student, so here you can see I'm discussing. Yeah, it is not like that, because you are opening the case, isn't it? You have some reference point to share and discuss, but real is good and required to strengthen these. So like these are the things you can see. So the same question, same case study. So I've recorded the videos also for the classes. Is it audible? Video audio is audible to you?
Yes, sir.
The various examples, and it also explained the specific companies that are actually doing the work. We are just, and when we have explained, it just explain that what is the meaning of it, and we have not gone that deep.
So meaning is important.
What it actually means.
So whatever you all have stated, meaning is important. That is the basic, that is the overview. But along with the overview, you are bound. This is must. You know the meaning of must. Means there is no choice. Must means have to be there. And in what way? This is the way, procedure, context. And if you see my mistake, you will never find the any. Right? With the facts, style, giving the answer, some one line, short line, big line, statements, and one statement is not contradictory. So these things will come once you practice more and start going through the literature, reports, literature. I think not the research paper. Research paper is go there, case studies, case study analysis, and you have to find out from the web. So I'm sure you have gone through this, isn't it? Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
So you have idea like how to discuss. So these are the classes like previous semester which I taught to this PhD. The subject is global marketing and e-business.
Sir, one
Yes,
more
Arun.
question.
Yeah.
Actually, same question I would like to continue from what Archana ma'am has asked.
Okay.
How to integrate, a case study with the research paper, because recently I have developed a case along with my student, MBA student, which is on agribusiness supply chain. So he has worked on a model, a simulation model, in that he has tried to figure out some ways through which farmers can raise their income. So two cases we have developed and submitted to some journals in the area of supply chain management. So on the ground of geographical limitation, right, in all the three rejections, this limitation was common, that it is only limited to India.
Yeah.
Right. So it does not interest the global audience. So despite having a good case, not because it was written by us, we think it's a good case, and India is not a small country. So any company which is planning to enter in Indian market can use that case as a learning how they can create value for the Indian farmers, right? So despite all strong implications and everything, we were disheartened because many journals rejected our case-based research paper. So we are still, we have still submitted to some other journals such as benchmarking and TQM and such other journals, and waiting for their response.
Okay.
So I don't know why this happens and how to overcome such things.
Actually, here, while looking and listening your query, I may suggest that you can target your case because you have already written, and if you want to save the time, you can go to the publication in the industries. You can submit your case directly to XYZ industry related to the relevance of your, area, maybe agriculture, maybe something related. Another is you can go to IIM's, case-based research also. In IIM Bangalore and Ahmedabad also they have the Center for Case Studies. So you can also submit and take the help of that, just for the publication I'm talking. Okay. Another is coming back to your question, relevant question. Whenever you start working on the any case, you just go to the geographic conditions also. You involve some people from there, like as I've already covered during the session also. Because what is happening now, Arun, you have understood one point and you start working on this, isn't it? And the case is written. And now the case is written, you are submitting to TQM or maybe other journal, because you feel that this supply chain or whatever the story you have built up with your team, research team, it will be required or accepted by the people, isn't it? As what you have narrated. But it may not be a good sign for the acceptance at the global level. So it is a disparity that what you are bringing. Suppose you are producing A, but there are some the international world is looking for P. So A is not equal to P here in this case. So if you want to publish A and you have done that way, that you can proceed, and I give you the wish good luck over. Like this is one of the emerging market case studies. So sometimes they prefer Indian Science also prefer. Even one of my self-help group case studies published in Science, though it took 2 years to publish, but now finally it is published. So permutation combination that we need to change. But if you want to purely looking for some international journal, involve these people there. Maybe some author, maybe you can align, design your case study according to their perspective, each and everything. Don't experiment. So in this way, your case will be made in that way. It is not the other way around. First you cook the material and everything, then you are approaching to it. So it may be a wrong combination. That's why you received many rejections that way.
All right.
I hope
Thank
I
you,
have answered the question, Dr. Arun.
But thank you.
Whatever the cases is with you, you can approach some like Emerald. Maybe it is a hit and trial, but otherwise you can publish your case with the industry journals. You can publish your case study with ISTD also. They have also the journal, as Dr. Joshi has commented during the beginning of the workshop. And secondly, you can reach to the IIMs, leading IIMs. They have their own journals. They have their own reports they can publish. So with these words, I think you can.
Problem is, students as well as faculties are facilitated by the ABDC and all those standards, so they don't want to go beyond. That is the problem.
So that is, I think we all are facing the problem. One of my 2 papers have been rejected last week. I submitted. Now after this workshop, I will plan and think for some other. So that is the challenge, Dr. Arun. I think this is all of us.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ji. Wish you good luck for your publications, Arun. Any other questions, guys? I hope I have taken the question. You have understood one demo also from the case study. I've showed you the videos also like this. So you have to very much organize, guys. Some questions are coming. Not audible. Am I? I'm not audible. Okay. Does case studies have any academic credentials? Yes, certainly. Why not? Case study publication will be preferred, Bijit. Your employer will tell you. Your academic credentials will. You will be known in your academic fraternity in your area, whatever the area you are working with. So main, can you suggest some material available online based on medical diagnostic based? Yes, medical. You have to go to the psychological American Psychological Association, APA. You can go to this website. Means you do something. I can give you so many. Okay, I can give you directly also, but how you practice? You tell me. You give me the answer. Because why these questions are coming, in these FDPs and training and workshop program? Because people are not practicing. Once you practice, I am connected with you. I am the facilitator. I can note down my email ID also. Maybe you have noted, but again, it is my duty to share with you. So I hope you have a good journey with me. So please share your experience. Dr. Gurmala is there. Dr. Arpita. Yeah, I will share with you, Dr. Arpita. Don't send.
Very good evening, sir.
Yeah,
It's
good
a
evening.
really a nice session.
Okay.
And I really like the way you have written a small case slit, I can say, and with a short questions. I think it will really give develop an interest among the students. And yes, this is a very good method to engage them also, which is very much required in today's scenario. So
Right.
we request you to please share a sample of your case so that we can
Sure.
also
I will
develop
share with you. I will
on the
share.
same line cases in marketing very specifically.
You can drop me a formal email and give me the time also, guys. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Because I'm occupied in many things which are going on the flow, but
Okay.
probably you will get my reply. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you, Ji. Gulmana madam, you are there? Still you are there? Let me see whether madam is there. So you can guys share your experience also with all of us about this workshop, so that and share your feedback also. Drop your feedback through email to me, and those people who want to share their experience of this workshop, because so that others can benefit it. I can also improve. All right. So the floor is open to all of you. Yes, dear participants.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
So I have a case on Jaipur Rugs Company. This is a rug manufacturing company. RUC Rugs, my carpet. Okay, and but at present I don't get any permission from that company. So if I generalize this case, but I have also write the background of the company. So the how
you can generalize the company without using the name. Then you can
yeah,
publish
okay.
also. Yeah,
But
you can take some
the
characters, some name XYZ which is not existing, which may match also, but you can publish it also. I think I've already replied this question again too.
right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So guys, now you can open your camera. You can unmute your camera also, guys, so that we can take some beautiful pictures if possible. Yes, Indranil. Only Indranil photo is there. Let me see the gallery. Yeah, gallery. So now I request all of you to please open your camera. I'll take a beautiful picture and we'll share with you, all of you. And you are happy to, share your feedback also with the mic, with the help of mic. Guys, quickly, though we are late today, it's a 3-hour workshop, but anyway, because we started early and purpose should not be there. Dr. Mukesh Agrawal, Shivani, Ripu, Bhavna, Dipti, Somen, Rohit, Mukesh, Dr. Rajni, Vikram Kumar Sharma. Please open your camera. Whatever the position are there, we are okay. Neeru, how was the Neeru? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. It was a nice workshop. Though I was looking forward to some hands-on approach. So I'm sure this was the beginning session. I'm sure maybe in the upcoming workshops, you will definitely have some hands-on, stuff for us.
Sure, definitely.
So I am looking forward to do some practical work.
Right, definitely. right. We'll look into. Thank you, Neeru.
Yes. Yeah.
So guys, open it because I'm taking the snapshot for from you. Okay, and we'll share with you. And please do share your feedback also with me, so that we can approach you. So is there any question or shall we wind up this? Bhavna
Sir,
madam? Bhavna
I have
madam?
already,
Haji, Haji.
Dr. Rudra, I have already texted that I am looking forward to some
Sure, sure.
resource from where we can study more of cases and
Right.
learn
I will
solve
mail you.
them.
Don't worry. I will make the one Google group for all of you, and I
Yes.
will send you. I think that makes sense. And slowly, we will share our stuff in that group. Okay, is that okay with you? With all of you?
Definitely, yes.
So Khushbu, what about you, Dr. Rajni, Dr. Piali?
So it's a wonderful session, but I'm also looking for some hands-on experience.
Okay,
So
fine. So definitely, because everybody has their own, aspiration. It is a first starting point. Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Sir?
guys, yes.
Hello,
Yeah.
Rudra
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah,
Good
Bhavna ma'am.
evening.
Yeah.
Yearly. Sir, you forget to announce about the next.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Piali, for reminding me, guys. There is another national event is going to organize under the leadership of Dr. Piali. She belongs to GL Bajaj Institute of Management, New Delhi. So she is going to organize one workshop about quality research paper, how to write on all. And I'm the resource person for all the 10 sessions. So I'm going to conduct the 10 session for 5 days. One is in the morning and another is the late evening like this. So she requested me to announce it. Dr. Piali, you can also share your views on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor Rudra. So we are planning to organize one workshop on how to write a quality research paper. So Professor Rudra has agreed to be a resource person for 5 days, and it will be like a session like this only. It will be very enriching session. I have already attended one of his workshop in Jan, and it was excellent workshop. So then I approached sir for organizing the same thing for us, and I hope it will be very beneficial for you. So sir already have your email, so sir will forward you all the information and brochure to you, so you can join also, and you can forward the same message to your known faculty members, students and research scholars. And I am telling you because I have already attended one last month, and I am very sure it will be beneficial for you. So sir has agreed, and thank you, Professor Rudra, for that. And I hope we'll see you again in that next workshop.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Yeah. So guys, I request you, I think people are looking for a feedback link, and also there is no feedback link. You all are requested to share your individual feedback through email, and your email will be formal email, means your signature and everything, so that it can be used for audit purpose by the ISTD. So I request all of you, and then your participation certificate will be sent to you on your email ID. Within a 1 week time, I requested the organizers to make the certificates for all of you. So guys, thank you very much once again, and I'll take a leave and wish you good luck for your case writing, and stay in touch for further queries if you have. And I hope you had a good journey. It's in starting point, right? So, but we have long way to go. We all have long way to go. And if you have any specific query, do let me know. I'm there to facilitate you. And whether the query related to this workshop or many other workshop, maybe some other context, I'm happy to collaborate with you as well. Okay. So God bless you all, one and all. And I'm waiting for your email, feedback email, your experience about the workshop. And then we will proceed further. We will meet in another Dr. Piali's event, and I'll share the details with all of you in due course of time, in a day or two, maybe. So thank you one and all, guys. Wish you good luck. Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Rudra.
Yeah, thank you, man.